Finally, the DMC has come back to you. Finally, the King of Kings has returned. People, finally, your champion has come back. And I want to say thank you. Thank you for joining in tonight. And thank you for supporting the channel. Really appreciate every one of you that supports the DMC and his amazing friends. I've been gone for a little bit, but now I'm back. Had to do some Hollywood things. You know how I do it. But now I'm back to you, the people. And tonight, I bring a special guest. My new best friend. Highschool Creations.
What's up, man? It's been too long. It's been too long.
It is. It's been a whirlwind for you. It's been a whirlwind.
East Coast to West Coast, back to East Coast.
So before we do anything, let's introduce yourself to the people that are new to the internet. Who are you? What do you do?
That's a tough one. I tried to say I'm High School Mike. I'm Highschool Creations over on Instagram, guys. If you don't know me, I do like diorama stuff. I started out, just drawing in high school, hence the name. I got into a little bit of cosplay, which led into, back into the passion of comics and action figures, which went into photography and then diorama building. And that's kind of where I've stayed for the past couple of years. Super nerdy, into Star Wars, into Marvel, into DC, into just crafting, building, and making stuff, problem solving, and making friends in the community, I think, is one of my biggest passions. And so I'm very thankful to be here with you tonight. Happy early Thanksgiving to everybody. Very, very glad to be here.
Yeah. Congratulations. I have to say congratulations. You finally made it. You're finally on the show of shows. The only show where you will find the inner workings of your favorite people that you follow on the internet.
Hey, it's great to be here. I can't believe it. I was telling my wife when you invited me, I was like, I finally made it. I'm here. I'm there. Like, I'm where I want to be in life. And here I am. And I'm completely I was crying before the show. We were talking about it, how thankful I was that you invited me. And, I'm just over the top excited to be here tonight.
The only show, where you get an intimate look at your favorite people that you follow on the internet. Only here on this show. But anyways, moving right along. I have to say it was a pleasure meeting you, sir, in person. For all you people that don't know, a few weeks ago, was it a few weeks now, that Designer Con was here in Anaheim, California, and Mike and his crew, the Enablers, came on down to the West Coast to see all our golden things.
That's right. And you know what? It was awesome meeting the Enablers for the first time in the reels. We've been hanging out, talking a lot on the interwebs or whatever. It was awesome to go out to DCon. DCon was a little disappointing for me, just, being an action figure guy. It was still cool to see all the artistry. But one of my favorite parts was meeting people like you, especially you, the DMC, having so much, to do in the community and, talking to you guys on the internet. It was super fun to finally meet you in the reels. And that's a dope hat.
Thank you.
You got me sidetracked. I like hats. I don't have one on tonight, which is weird. I got my hair in some twisted Jedi looking thing.
Let's say it's a man bun.
Man bun. There we go. But yeah, like I was saying, one of my favorite parts about, the hobby is meeting, the creators, and to get to meet you guys in person, especially you, was super exciting and probably one of the best parts of the trip. Aside from going to Disney with the Enablers, I that's the highlight of probably my entire life, I think, is that Disney trip. But we can talk more about that later. Let's talk about you.
There's nothing. The people already know. There's no need, even though this is my show and that you are now on my show, where technically this show is really all about me and my guest is just my cheerleader for the entire show. I guess we can change it up for you. I will change it up and we'll talk a little bit about yourself and not too much about me. You know, I'm a nice guy like that.
There we go. Oh, that's super nice of you.
You know, I try. I do what I can for the people. I do what I can for the people.
Cool.
I have to say that Disneyland trip did look fun. You guys posted a lot of pics, a lot of videos. It did look like a fun little trip.
Yeah, it was an all day affair. I think, you know, we woke up super early because we all wanted to be a part of the Rise of the Resistance ride. So I think, you know, we were all up by 6:30, getting our phones ready, like getting out the world clock. Everybody's around their phones, just trying to virtually log in to get into the queue. And I don't remember who it was that actually got us all in, but, you know, we all had each other's tickets trying to get us into the queue. And that kicked off the day and was super exciting because our queue number was 69.
Oh.
So what a great number, right? No,
you guys must have had fun the entire time.
But it was like, okay, here we go. We started the day out right. We got our virtual ride. That was like one of the biggest rides we wanted to do. And it is the best ride between Disney World and Disneyland that I've ever been on.
Nice.
But it kicked the day off right. And then, you know, we were there from 7 to like 11:30. I mean, we were there all freaking day, dude. And,
you guys had the beat.
Yeah. It was super, super fun. You know, we built lightsabers together. We drank together. We ate together. Disney food. It was just, you know, just a great time with those guys and gals. And you probably, like I said, one of the best experiences I've had in a very long time. And I'm very grateful for that.
I think you should share your lightsabers.
Let's do that. So points to Pan Noodle, but Fred, we had planned to build lightsabers. That was like on the agenda from like day one that we were planning this trip. Like, we're going to all build lightsabers. So I did build a lightsaber. And if you haven't built before, you get a choice between 4 different choices. And I don't remember the other ones. The other ones are noble, you know, Jedi-like. I chose power and control, which, if you guys don't know, that's the Sith. And so this is going to very much resemble maybe like a Vader-esque type build. But when you go in there, you have an assortment of things that you can do to build. So you get like different pummels, different end caps, different grips, different, you know, starter or buttons. But, you know, I think most known for the Sith is the red kyber crystal. So mine's red.
Nice. You know, the only thing that was disappointing about your trip, that you guys, you know how you guys were posting videos and pics. I didn't see enough pics of Yoko, if you know what I'm saying.
She was in most of the group shots. I mean, she was in the lightsaber shots.
Yeah, there was a couple, but
I think a lot of her stuff came out like she was doing, you know, what she got this week, and you'll see a lot of posts from Disney, like we're in the background and stuff like that, making fun of her, like the sunscreen on her shirt and stuff like that. But it was fun. I mean, she coordinated a lot of that. Like, she was telling us what to go get and where to go get it, and like the foods, and you know, a lot of that was like her planning. So thank you, Yoko, for helping us out. Like, we would have been lost without you on that trip. So thank you very much.
Definitely, planning is a must when you go down to Disneyland, just so you can get everything done that you want to get done. Yeah, definitely. Planning is a must. Pro tip: plan your day out.
Pro tip, yeah, definitely plan it. And you know, with going to Disneyland, like when you buy tickets, you also have to, you know, make sure you request to be a part of that park that day, because they only have a certain amount of people that's allowed. You would not know that from the crowd that was there, but they only allow a certain number of people. But one thing else I was going to mention here is, you know, you could tear this apart and you can put in another crystal. So like this one's red, but you can do a blue one, a green one, a yellow one, and that'll change the color of your lightsaber. So that's really cool. You can do that. So these pieces just screw off, and then you can insert a different kyber crystal, and you can buy the kyber crystals, you know, independently.
That's sick.
And this is where Fred comes into play because Fred enabled both me and Mario, and it was double points weekend. So he racked up into buying the Dark Saber. If you guys don't know, this is from the Mandalorian season, specifically season 2. Whoever wields this rules Mandalore. Had to have this. This is one of the coolest looking lightsabers. But it's hard to tell, but these are all, metal, aluminum of some sort, really nicely done. And, I'm not knocking the Hasbro ones or whatever. I think they're probably super nice. They may be the same ones. I don't know, but these feel legit. Like I feel like I'm about to go into battle when I pick it up every morning because I play with it every morning now.
That looks like it has some heft to it.
Oh yeah, it's especially this one here. You could ice tea somebody with this. I think.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. But yeah, those are super dope.
I can't stop staring at your V-neck. You're showing a lot of skin in this show. I'm hoping I don't get banned for this episode.
Only thing I can't hide is like the veins in my neck. I'll try not to, but definitely had a churro. I just saw that comment. Yeah.
You can't go to Disneyland and not have a churro.
I might have shared a churro with somebody actually.
Oh, that's right. Wait, I saw that picture. It was a very disturbing picture, but I saw it.
Yeah.
I know you probably shared the story before, but because you said you want to talk about dioramas, so let's talk about why or how or what got you interested in dioramas. Obviously, besides seeing my stuff, what made you want to start doing dioramas?
Yeah, I would say a lot of the community was some of the biggest inspiration, especially, pre-COVID, right? Pre-COVID, I feel like it was a different atmosphere. That there was a lot of great builders, but there were some specific builders that stood out. And like your work, Al Figure's work, Euler's work, Lawless Studios. I could go off. There's a bunch of A-listers out there that was definitely very inspirational before I was ever in the craft. And I think I mentioned this earlier during like my elevator speech, if you will. Like I only recently got back into collecting, and that was around the time my first kid was born, my son, back in 2017. I actually had some time off from work and really started diving back into art. Since high school, I had not done anything. That's was like a 32-year gap, or not 32, 11-year gap. Well, 11-year gap that I didn't do anything very artistic or creative in any way. And I started drawing again. I had some stuff from high school that I put digitally and started drawing. That led into cosplay. I'd done some Red Hood, cosplay, some Iron Man.
You mentioned
cosplay.
That earlier, and I'm interested in that. Do you have pictures of cosplay?
Yeah.
Or anything? Now I'm interested.
Not with me in it, but I have some examples here. I made this.
Oh, that's nice.
Out of EVA foam. I have this out of EVA foam.
You made the mask out of foam?
Yeah, that's all EVA foam.
Oh man, that's nice.
Yeah, it's like a 1/4 inch. You can get it from Hobby Lobby. It's really easy to cut, really easy to form with the heat gun. I got a few more failed project things. I know you've seen these, but I started 3D printing some things. Very big into Mandalorian, obviously. But yeah, that got me into it. Like I started buying like airbrushes and like slowly converting. I was a car guy for a long time, and my garage was, all around, like 4-wheeling and off-roading, and then slowly it started consuming into the creative side of it.
No Fast and Furious?
No Fast and Furious. I always wanted to be
off-road guy.
I had a 73 Corvette. I had like a Celica. I'd done some things too. But I've got a long history of just getting into things too deep. Hobbies. I love hobbies. But this one I stuck with, for almost 3-4 years now, it seems like. And I have some sort of knack for it. I've always made stuff with my hands, always built things, dating back to like high school times, even before that. So, but I started getting back into action figure collecting, and I got in heavy, and I always like done photography, not good at it, but I like taking pictures of like trips and recording stuff. And I started seeing like people doing toy photography, ACBA, the can explosions. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So and then I started seeing the backdrops, and I was like, well, how are people doing that? And I ran across like Al Figures on YouTube. I think I saw some of your stuff early on, and it was a huge inspiration to helping me get up to speed. So I started making some things, and people liked it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. Like, not just because it's light, but because it looks good. And credit to you guys, I was able to get there fast, right? Because it was already out there. I didn't have to reinvent the wheel. So when I got to a point where I was kind of recognized, I want to do the same for other beginners, right? Or people just getting to the craft. The quicker we can all get up, ramp up the speed, we're all going to flourish in this hobby. And we're seeing that happen, right? There's been explosion in the
Mike likes
COVID
the
time.
competition. He's trying to get competition. He's trying to get more competition out there. That's what this guy's trying to do.
Competition drives ingenuity. It drives change. It drives others to be better, for worse, for better or for worse. But it's really cool to see all these artists. It's more people to talk to about it. More people that are, branching ideas, being more creative. And like I said, in COVID, it exploded. Like whether it's diorama building or whatever, if you go into a hobby shop now, the stuff that was so easy to get is much harder to find now, not only because distribution problems, but because people are buying it up because they're all building stuff at home. So I think
Star Marvel, look, a video from 7 years ago. Damn.
Dude, in that video, I think one of your videos had like, 10, 15,000 views or something, maybe more than that, like 45,000. I don't know, something crazy. And I was like, man.
And it wasn't like I said, I wasn't reinventing the wheel on that one. It was it's like my blackwash video.
Yep.
And there's a bunch of blackwash videos out there. I just did it just my way of how I do it. I didn't try to make it complicated. I just give you the gist of the idea, and then I give you the start of it, and then you figure it out how you want to do it. I just say, hey, put some water, put some water in a cup, put some black paint, and you're ready to go. I don't give you any, okay, 3/4 of this and 1/4 of that, whatever. You just do it the way, you want to do it. So I try to talk to you in fucking regular talk, and you figure it out. That's what I did.
But that's half the battle, though, right? Too, is the discovery. How you approach a challenge is a lot about a build, because every build, whether it's the same build or not, every time, like there's going to be a different challenge. There's something that's going to happen. You're going to F up something on accident and have to recover from it. And it's going to take your creative side to figure out how you recover from it or start over. And I feel like there's always a challenge in what's, one of the things is how do you overcome it? And there's a lot of creative, avenues you can go down to do that. But yeah, that's cool. And that video specifically was a great video that hit with a lot of people because, it changes the game for realistic looking, washes are important to get that realistic value. And I don't think there was a lot of wash videos out there. Now there's a wash video every 30 minutes on Instagram.
Yeah, but hey, that's why I try to put humor in mine. I make mine different from everybody else's. Watch my videos. Screw everybody else.
You heard it here first, guys. Go watch the DMC's videos. Right, meow. Wait, no, stay here for a little while and then go on.
Oh man, but yeah, I'd have to say you cut up quick. There's a lot of people that caught on really quick. Some people have ways to go still, but it's all about the journey to get there, but you, like Vasco, I think, there's other people that just caught on like super quick, I think,
Yeah, I would agree. And it's a credit to those that came before us and have put this stuff out there to help us get up to speed a lot quicker, showing us the ropes, showing us the tips and tricks. And you guys know who you are. But yeah, if it wasn't for those videos and capturing those moments, especially very early on, I think it'd be a lot harder now. And I think there's a lot of credit that needs to be given to these OG diorama builders that, a lot of people don't, especially the newer folks, don't really realize, where all this knowledge is stemmed from, right? And, DMC, Al Figures, there's a couple of people that, are out there, maybe more than that, but those are the people that inspired me heavily. And thank you guys.
Like, yeah, when I started trying to make dioramas, there wasn't really a lot that I could find specifically geared to 1/12, Marvel Legends, figure dioramas. They're mostly, you can do it right now and you'll see mostly videos on wargaming, trains. You see mostly those type of dioramas. Those are easily accessible. It was really hard to find 1/12 videos. The person that I always go back to is I forgot his name. Hold on, give me a minute. I'm gonna remember his name.
Yeah, I'm very terrible with names myself. Like, I will get inspiration, and I'm very bad at giving credit because I don't want people to think that I came up with this. I YouTubed it and found it. But one thing I should have caveated with is it is 1/12 scale dioramas. There's the train diorama guys have been around for many, many, many years. Probably since the 70s and 80s. But what I'm specifically talking about is 1/12 scale. That's more modern diorama building, in my opinion.
Dang, now I can't remember his name. Why do I forget his name now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now I feel bad that I can't remember his name. Let's see. No, it wasn't Budget Jedi, but I watched some of his videos too. Because he's an OG, and I totally forgot.
It's too hot with this extra button. I don't know what it is.
There you go.
Bob the Odd. Bob the Odd.
Bob the Odd was like the first videos that he was like the only videos that I could find, and I would watch his videos a lot, and then I grasped the idea from him, and then I started like doing my own thing, with the washes and how he did things, and then I was like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. Okay, now I know to do it my way, or start experimenting that way. But yeah, Bob was like was probably like my top guy that I was watching or that I could find.
Mm-hmm.
So I always tried to give it at the beginning of some of the videos and stuff that I was doing. I always give him a shout out because he was the one that I would always watch.
Dope.
Yeah,
I was gonna actually throw the question back to you, but you kind of answered. Like, who was your inspiration? Where was your inspiration coming from?
Yeah, it was definitely Bob the Odd. Like I said, because I was getting into ACBA, and I saw like the dioramas, I saw the backdrops, and I was like, what is the deal with all of this? Like, where is this coming from? And then I found out, no, that's what people make those. And I was like, what do you mean people make those? I was like, I can make stuff. I'm like, sure. I'm like, okay. So then I just, do your research. Bearded Bill says, what's up, Mike?
Yo, what's up, dude?
Same here. Yeah. But yeah, I just started watching his videos and got the ball rolling. As soon as I figured out how to do it is when I got the ball rolling. And I just started small. I started like little dioramas, basically like pieces of a brick wall. It wasn't like a full brick wall. It was like kind of like rubble, and just like a simple base, and then just building off of that.
Yeah, I think my first piece was just the standard like brick wall. I did it on the Lowe's foam, which is the green stuff, with a big pen. And I was like, I was happy with it. But then like looking back at that piece, I'm like, oh my God, like what was I doing? I will still take some photos with it, but it's awesome to see like, just to yourself, like where you came from, what you were doing, what you were thinking when you made that piece. And I will always hold on to that first piece just as kind of like, a homage to where I came from.
And I have that first piece, I think it got trashed.
Oh no.
By accident. So it's gone.
Well, I mean, that's going to happen. I mean, you've been doing this for what, 30 plus years. This is going to happen.
God, I hope 30 plus years. Oh, geez. I was like, oh, my 30 plus years, you think I'd have more followers?
It's not about the followers, man. It's time to drop those scouters, forget the numbers. People need to start feeling the key. They need to, or the Kai. They need to feel the power behind artists like you and myself. And it's not about the numbers. I don't know why Instagram does play games and YouTube plays games with those numbers, because
Instagram plays games with me.
the numbers don't make the artist, though, right? We're not after the numbers.
That's right.
We're just artists sharing, our
We're
passion.
We're just looking for that money. No, I mean we're looking for a good time.
Sponsorships.
For the fun of it. We're doing it for the fun of it. That's it.
Quality, not quantity.
Yeah.
I would agree with
that. And then it was cool when at Decon we saw another guy that was doing dioramas. He did the Vegas signs and stuff like that. That was kind of cool to see. See somebody else's take on dioramas in person. That was kind of cool.
Yep.
And after seeing him, me and Mike decided we're gonna start raising our prices too.
Yeah. That was actually probably the highlight of the con, even though I was there for like 3 days, was meeting. Hey, someone was like, hey, there's some diorama guys over there. So we went over there, and the first guy was really cool. And he called his partner over, and we talked a little bit, exchanged like Instagram handles, showed him our cool NFC badges. I'm going to flash that real quick since I have it.
That was really cool. Those were really cool.
But Kev made these for us. Toying Around made these for us. And, these are NFC with QR code if NFC doesn't work. And we were able to exchange with them. And I was actually looking up his IG handle because he makes really cool vintage signs for like motels or, older vintage signs like you would see driving down the interstate many, many years ago. And really cool stuff. And I want to give him a shout out because he was so receptive of 3 random diorama guys coming up and just, we weren't there very long, but it was probably the best conversation I had at the con that was with a booth besides Super 7 folks. Those guys are always great. But I want to find his name and I'll shout it out by the end of the episode, but he's cool because now we connect. I comment on his stuff. He comments on my stuff. So now there's this new connection that I probably wouldn't have made if it hadn't been for the DMC and Mario and Decon. So thanks to all 3 of you. But yeah, that's cool. That's what it's about, is making those connections or strengthening connections.
It's making friends.
Making
that's what it's
friends.
About. Or as my friend Vinny says, it's about family.
Family. Oh, I sounded like I don't know what I was. I was trying to find his name real quick. Oh, Route 9 Signs.
There you go. That was it.
Yeah, go check him out. Super, super dope work. He's using a lot of similar technologies that this guy is very much against, but he's using CNCs, routers, 3D printers, and he's putting them to work. He is making awesome signs. Focus. But go check him out. Route 9 Signs, doing really cool stuff. New friend.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see his stuff, like something different. I always like to see different stuff. For a while in the diorama game, everybody wanted to do like a back alley or a fucking loading dock or something,
right?
And it was getting so stale and boring. And when you see other people making stuff, whatever it may be, a movie theater or something, it's always refreshing to see new things, and it was refreshing to see, a different type of diorama. It was a sign. It wasn't really like a whole diorama. It was just, vintage sign, but it was still nice to see some artwork,
Very powerful piece, standalone piece. And what's cool is they're taking the same materials, the same principles, the same things we're doing, but making totally different stuff. And that's really cool. Like they're assembling it just like ingredients or whatever. Everybody's got their taste on it. But it's really cool to see that and be able to talk about it and learn from it. I think there's a lot of things that we could apply from those sign makings to our dioramas that would just elevate those pieces, man. Get some signs like that into a diorama like a street or, some corner dio, dude, would blow it out of the park.
There's actually something that I've wanted to do that's super different people are making it, but I don't see it that much in the 1/12 game. I don't know if I should mention it because there's people out there that like to copy my
Gonna
ideas.
steal it. Gonna steal it.
But I'll mention it. I always wanted to do vehicles, and my buddy Smash Lab showed me this one guy that makes vehicles out of cardboard.
Oh.
And I was like, I could do that. A long time ago, this one when I was a little kid, and I was playing with my little 3 3/4 GI Joes. I would build my own vehicles for them out of cardboard. Like I would have, the snowcat, and then right next to it, I had some little cardboard, little fucking jet with it. So I'm like, I built a long time ago vehicles out of cardboard, and I was like, whoa, what if I tried that again? But now that I know, different techniques, different materials, I've honed my skills somewhat.
Yeah, let me show you one vehicle that I recently made.
Oh, now this guy already copied my idea. And he built it so fast. I think it would be too.
You're talking about cardboard. You're talking about vehicles.
Oh,
Me and my son made this the other day.
Dope. Look at that.
A little sailboat.
See, it's a sailboat inspired by the ship deck that I made a while back.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. But yeah, I love to get my kids involved in the builds. Like we're just cutting up cardboard and gluing shit together. But every day now he's like, hey, let's get out in the shop. I like inspiring the next generation. And he's like, hey, let's get out. Let's go to the shop, Dad. Let's build. And it's cool that he's so into it. My only problem now is like, how do I shut this off for at least, to tame it a little bit so I don't lose that, because I want him to have that throughout life. I don't want me to be the disappointment or the blocker for his creativity because I don't have time, which is unfortunate. But it's cool that he's so into building and gluing foam to things.
I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, I need to teach these kids how to blackwash for me. I'm like, I think that would help me with my speed. I'm like, they need to start blackwashing for me, and that would help me out a lot.
Dude, there you go.
Because I like to do, I usually do like a heavy blackwash, almost like you're painting it the entire thing black. But still, it's still watery, so it's going to take time to dry and all that. But I was like, man, that would really help my time frame if they could do that one part for me.
Dude, especially those more like routine type things where you dunk and go on or something like that. That'd be cool. Hopefully, I'm gonna steal that when my son's like 10 and has more control over his.
Yeah, can you blackwash this for me real quick?
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
It'll be an extra $5 in your allowance, kid.
Yeah, maybe not.
That's help your old man out. Come on.
Oh man. Yeah, old. Yeah, old dude. I woke up today. I was talking about how cold it was. Like I fell like last year being stupid in the mountains, like down some rocks and hurt my back. And it hasn't hurt in months. And today, like being cold, dude, I can barely move. I can barely sit. That's why I'm like, I already move a lot, but it sucks getting old, man. Everything just hurts, especially when it gets cold.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It ain't cold where you are. It's like sunny.
But everything still hurts though. Everything hurts though. So there's that. So that never goes away. I wake up hurting. I go to bed hurting.
Oh man.
I dream that I'm hurt.
Speaking of hurt, have you ever been hurt making a diorama?
Oh yeah. I've sliced my fingers many a times.
Oh man,
I actually I posted it, but I think it was a story where I posted my finger and I cut it bad. A
lot of blood.
Yeah, I was gushing blood.
Ooh.
And the only thing I did was that I could think of at the moment is I super glued it together. The cut, it was that bad. It was like, it was going.
Hey, you don't want to lose all that precious blood, man.
Yeah, that's gold right there.
You as a creator definitely have super glue nearby. So there you go. That was quick thinking.
What did I do? It was a rookie mistake. It was a rookie mistake. Okay. So I got the T square out. You know, you got your hand pressed up against the T square as you're making your lines. Well, my finger was not behind the T square. It was in front of the T square as I'm slicing and almost, slice the tip of my finger off. Rookie mistake.
Did you lose mass or did it grow back together?
No, it just cut. It just cut into my finger. Yeah.
I cut
almost.
my finger off, dude.
What?
Yeah,
up.
I mean that's tough. That's tough living, right? No, I didn't. But
this guy.
I fear that, dude. The longer we stay in the craft, the more likely it is that you're gonna have some sort of related injury.
Huh?
Whether that be reaching into a cup and not realizing your X-Acto knife is up the wrong way.
Oh, I've done that. I've done that a bunch of times. Like I said, you get smallest cuts all the times. You're not paying attention because you're just trying to, you're in the zone. You're just doing stuff, and then you just not paying attention. You leave, your cutter, the blade out, and you went to go grab it. Yeah, that happens to me all the time. It still happens to me all the time. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. I'm just I'm just trying to do my thing. I'm trying to hurry, or I'm in a rush, and I'm like, oh shit, and then all of a sudden you see the blood all over the place.
Ugh.
Yeah, I was I scared them because there was a trail of blood to the kitchen.
Jeez.
On the floor, it was my hand, it was dripping all over the floor. They're like, what the hell happened here? And I was like, oh, I was making my houses. And I almost cut my finger off.
Oh. How long did that take to heal up?
Well, not too bad because I super glued that shit.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's good to go.
It, so it wasn't too bad.
Cut and rally.
I was like, that's the only thing, because it kept going, and I was like, what am I going to do? And I was like, oh, I'm going to use the old super glue trick.
Yo, shout out Punker Mike. I was going to say earlier, one of the rabbit holes from YouTube from Al and you guys led me to Punker Mike, and one of my first things I remember seeing is him cracking open the chest of Legends, and I think it was on he was working on a Cyclops figure, and I think he was putting the jacket on or off or something like that. So shout out to Punker Mike. That's one of the first names I remember getting into this hobby.
I still can't crack torsos. I still can't crack them. I have the hardest fucking time doing that. I can't do it. That's why I quit customizing figures. Fun fact, I don't know if you guys remember that I used to customize figures, but then I gave up.
Dude, unless it's putting on a cape. I have one right here. Stuff on him. Unless it's something as simple as putting on a cape or switching out something I don't do customs. But
yeah, I was going to I got the epoxy. I was going to start I was going to go to the next level and start sculpting. And then I was like, no, this is too hard. Never mind. Because it's a big learning curve to start to sculpt, and I was just like, I don't know, I just didn't have the patience for it. It wasn't working the way I wanted it to work. The sculpt stuff. What did I use? I don't remember. It's that gray one that everybody uses to make hair. It's like a 2-part epoxy. Everybody uses it for hair. I forget what it's called.
Not Milliput, right?
No, it's not Milliput. No, it was good stuff. It was a little pack, and it was I don't know, $20 or something. But I was like, no, I can't get it to do what I want it to do, and it's just so frustrating. I was like, you know what, never mind. And then that actually helped lead into dioramas at the same time, because there you go. Thank you, Star Marvel. Yes, Procreate. That's what it was. And then that helped transition into dioramas because there's more give in dioramas. If you screw up somewhere, it's easier to hide than doing a figure, So I was like, yeah, I like this. I like this a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, customizing figures. Shout out to those folks that do that, right? Because that's different, right? And a lot of people, especially now in the age of action figures we are, and there's so much, scrutiny on, customizations and figures
Mhm.
themselves. So, but it's also a great time to do a lot of kit bashing and stuff like that. So I guess it goes hand in hand, or whatever the right words are for that. But I've sculpted a few heads from Hasbro heads. So like, you remember Monster Venom? It had only the open mouth. I
Mhm.
ripped the tongue out, super glued the mouth together, and then used Milliput to make the teeth. And then
Okay.
I molded that, and then was selling those heads for a period of time,
Oh, nice.
and it looked really cool. But over time, like I was like, I don't want to paint heads anymore. It kind of
Mhm.
sucked, right? Doing the same head, especially Venom head.
Yeah.
And then after that, I gave up on it and just like, I'm sticking to just dioramas. It's kind of like you. Like I don't want the stress of like detailing a head sculpt. I feel there's too much pressure. With dioramas, there is more flexibility, more uh what's the right words here? I'm losing my words here, but um
Well, if you screw up, it's easier to hide.
yeah, there's some recoverability that you can do to hide some of that stuff.
Yeah, because I was painting figures. I was doing kit bashing. I was repainting figures and stuff like that. Um, the what is it? The rub was always a bitch to get right. To sand the joints or whatever. That was always diorama project was up.
Dilly dilly.
Um, the paint rub was always such a hassle to get right. That's
Oh, you're doing full body paints.
yeah.
Yeah, I've never ventured. Like
No, full body.
the plastics they use and the paints and stuff, I'm always super paranoid because like it just doesn't seem like any paint wants to adhere, especially to like Hasbro toys, unless you're like really good at priming and really good at doing the prep work. Like paint doesn't want to stick to those figures.
Yeah, the prep work was like the biggest thing, like turning me off on doing figures because I was like, dude, there's just too much stuff I got to do to get to like the fun part of actually like painting and doing stuff. I'm like, no, no, and then that led me to dioramas, and here we are.
Especially now, right? Because if you say a figure that's not made right now, I can almost guarantee you in the next 3 to 4 months that figure is going to drop. Right?
Yeah.
It's a
It'll be
great
announced.
time.
Oh, we're making this guy now, and you're like,
Yeah, right. It's like okay, they're
yeah,
going
like
deep.
yeah, it's almost no point in getting customs because, or Marvel characters, anyways, because I bet you, yeah, in 6 months, Hasbro's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna make this guy. Oh, remember that Z-list character you never heard about? Yeah, we're gonna make that guy too.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah, unless you're designing your own figure, which is really cool, like a Marvel or DC based. Well, maybe not DC so much, but Marvel based figure. I feel like it's going to be made.
Mhm.
Um, so
I don't know. And here we are.
I'm liking the soft goods. Not have to worry about the paint. Oh yeah, so yeah, that's one of the cool things. Like Star Marvel has been big into these Rude Boy customs. Like he's got a whole line of almost his independent toy idea, right? And shout out to that creativity because I don't have that kind of creativity. I can't come up with names, can't come up with these backstories, but I can create structures if you need them. But shout out to him, and that's a totally different kind of thing. But yeah, those
I don't
head
like
sculpts.
soft goods.
You don't? Oh, yeah, that's right. You they're more
I
like
don't play with
dolls to
dolls.
you.
I don't
Yeah,
play
you
with
don't play
dolls.
with dolls.
I have a few Mezcos.
Do you? Which ones?
I have a few. Who do I have? I have Vapor.
That's probably one of the dopest
I
ones.
have Vapor. What do I have? I have a Cyclops, a Homecoming Spider-Man. I think Magneto. Egg Gambit's pretty dope.
Bearded Builds, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving. I don't know if that's just an American holiday. I think
Oh,
you're in
thank you, sir.
Canada, but yeah, I want to say Happy Thanksgiving. I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for all of you. Oh, there you go. Hollywood's calling again.
Uh-oh.
So,
Is that your agent?
yeah, I'll get it
Oh.
later. I'll get it later.
All right.
No big deal. He could wait. He could wait. I'm worth the wait. Everybody knows that I'm worth the wait.
Oh, yeah. I've been waiting, 6 months since you told me that I could come on the show?
That's right. And is it not worth it? And is it not worth it?
Totally worth it.
I was like, you know how many followers you're gonna get after this? Woo! You're gonna want to pay me money. Sheesh. You know?
I did pay to get on the show. What are you talking about? Now there's installments?
Don't tell anyone.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Yes. Turkey Day is upon us, my friends. Turkey Day is upon us.
That was a very shitty turkey call. Yeah. Happy Turkey Day. It sucks because I decided to do this diet, postseason diet. I say season because beach season is summer. You California guys don't get that because it's beach season all year round.
That's right.
I'm gonna take a break from my diet.
Why don't you should have just done it in January, just like everybody else.
Well, I will do it in January again, but that means I'll be down even trimmer. So that means next season, everybody, this is going to be the new hotness right here because I'm going to be even down to high school weight, hopefully. High school Creations is going to be high school weight.
He's giving you a preview, folks. That's why with his shirt unbuttoned, he's giving you a little sneak peek. You know?
Yeah. I might get too skinny and get some nip action going on. I better keep this buttoned up, you know?
I know, sheesh. No nip slips, please. I cannot get banned.
God. Are we live? Can we edit this part out?
Possibly. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay. I'm just where were we?
We're talking about weird things.
Let's talk about Decon a little bit because I tried to meet up with you several times. You kept walking past me in different alleys, and I'm like, "Oh, there he is!" And then he would run and hide, and I'm like, "Where'd he go? Where's the DMC?"
This guy, dude. I was waiting for you guys forever. I was like, I had a text guy. I was like, "Did you guys get lost or something?" I was like, "You told me you guys were gonna be over here," and then I'm waiting for you guys, and I'm like, number one, no one makes the DMC wait. The DMC never waits for anything. And I'm like, these guys are making me wait. I'm like, what is going on here? The audacity of making me wait. And I was like, I guess.
I think we had to overcome the LA traffic because we tried to do so
That's
much
probably what it was.
in the weekend because Saturday, we went to Frankenson's, then went to eat, and we met Clean Slate and Ant-Man. Went out to eat with them and Fred as well. And then, we were wanting to meet Parallel and MCU and Rick and everybody back. Work more or less, and those guys, and we're already running late. Traffic sucks, and then we're supposed to be meeting you at the same time, and we're in Decon, which is very confusing to me until I realized Sunday when I looked up and I saw there was numbers on the alleys.
Oh my god, this guy's a convention rookie here. I was like, of course the aisles have numbers.
I don't know. I didn't look up, and I'm a short guy, so sidebar, everybody that I met was like, "Oh, I thought you were taller," and I'm like, "Yeah, I wish I was, guy." But
one person said something different though.
that's right. That was you. But thank you for changing up the game. But yeah, it was a fun time, and dude, there was just a lot. It was a condensed week. There was times. Oh, you were there Saturday night where I ate my McDonald's on the steps away from everybody.
This guy came all the way down to California to go to McDonald's.
let me tell you, I had not had McDonald's in 3 or 4 months. I'm on this diet, and so a chicken sandwich from McDonald's and some fries, watching Seinfeld on the steps while I'm overlooking you guys, was probably the best meal I ate that weekend, I think.
But you were really craving Taco Bell because we kept driving past the Taco Bell was on every corner. You're like, hey, that Taco Bell. Hey,
I should have got Taco Bell that night because you guys got those dipping tacos wherever they were. And Punker Mike said he missed out on Decon. Dude, that'd have been awesome if I could have met Punker Mike. I probably would have been the most epic trip my entire life. Because that would have been everybody that I've been inspired by up to this point, except for like Al Figures. That would have been epic, super epic. Not that it wasn't epic, but just would have just elevated so much more.
Cherry on top.
Yeah. But yeah, Taco Bell on every corner. Yeah, I don't know why I've still not eaten Taco Bell. But yeah, I was hella jealous of the tacos. One of my biggest fears is, this is weird, is like I have a seafood allergy, and you never know when there's going to be that cross contamination. So I don't trust a lot of restaurants. We know, like working in the industry, I was in food and bev early years of, adulthood. And I know people don't give a shit, right? And I just don't chance it, especially when I'm on a trip without my family or without an EpiPen. I just don't chance it. So I knew McDonald's is pretty safe. So that was a comfort food.
You're like, they don't have real fish there or anything. So
no.
Yeah, I should be all right. But that's true. They could have thrown in a little shrimp in your taco or something.
I mean, you never know, and it's not a great feeling. Anaphylactic shock. I don't want to have that happen ever again.
I'd have been freaking out. We would all been freaking out. What do we do with Mike? Mike, what's going on?
He's fine. He's just shaking on the ground. He can breathe. Why is he all blue? I don't know.
But if you come to California, you definitely have to try the Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, that would be a big bummer. Yeah, I should have brought an EpiPen next time. There will be another time. Like, me and my wife was supposed to go out there, but unfortunately, she had some last minute changes with work. It couldn't come. But we definitely want to do it again. So hopefully a different con, or maybe designer con again next year. Hopefully there's some more 1/12 scale action figure type stuff there. But yeah, I'm definitely want to come back. That was my first trip to Cali, by the way. So
nice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Maybe me and Punker Mike will have our own booth.
There we go. Yo, Hot Cheeto Fingers.
You would it?
What's up?
I have to say, though, it was one of the best times that I've had in a long time hanging out with the Enablers, Clean Slate Customs. It was just a blast. It was just a good times, just reminded me of the good old days. Just chilling with your friends, and it was just a good time.
That's a great point. As we get older, those kind of events and stuff become more and more rare, right? So they become more and more true. Especially, like I've been telling everybody, like there wasn't a single like bad moment, except for the AC not working, which still didn't phase us, right? But everything else, like flights were on time, everybody was great. There was no strange happenings. Like it was just all around a great time, and you don't get a lot of those unnegative type things. Especially with, a planned out trip like that. There's always something that happens, right? And it just all worked out. We're able to meet everybody we wanted to meet. The entire, Enablers crew was there. And, the fact that we're getting older, like those kind of activities and events just don't happen as often as we get more adult responsibilities, right? So it was a great, relaxing toy and I want to say adult, but I don't want people to get the wrong idea when I say toy and adult type weekend. But it was super fun. Yeah, it's not that kind of show.
Well, not yet, anyways. I guess we're getting there with all this guy's drinks. You never know.
You never know. Luckily, I only have one more.
Stick around. Yeah. We might go on all night.
I might light a cigar here soon. But yeah, it was all around good time. Very positive weekend. No negative. And
the only thing kind of strange was I could tell Kevin, aka Toying Around, he was a little starstruck by the DMC. That's why he kept like disappearing. I don't think he couldn't handle the magnetism. He just couldn't handle it. So he kept like disappearing all the time. I don't know where this guy was going, but I hardly saw him half the time. I think he was just starstruck. He just couldn't handle the electricity. He just couldn't do it.
I mean, we had the Enablers house packed out, especially Saturday night. Like, I think there's a few photos that were shared on Instagram. Like, we had a full house. Like, it was fun. We all hung out together after DCOM. We got dinner. We had drinks. We watched Seinfeld. Like, it was and we opened toys. We opened toys that night. did some toy hunting together. Like,
I'm waiting for Mario to send me a pic of everybody. I was like, send me a pic of something so I can post it up. I'm still waiting. Let's get it going.
Mario, where you at? I don't even know if he's here.
Time's a ticking. This guy's not even watching the show. We'll see if you get invited to the DMC show. Mr. 796 769, whatever your name is.
Yeah, see, there was a pic. Everybody saw you back there watching Seinfeld. Everybody saw Wadaga back there sleeping on the couch. I think everybody was in the photo. How many times did it take Mario to get down the steps in 10 seconds, though? I don't think people realize that one shot took how many actual pictures? It took
like 5-6 tries, something like that.
Yeah.
There should have been a whole video just of him trying to take that picture. That could have been a Seinfeld episode. Him trying to just take a picture. You know?
Yeah.
But it was fun times. That was really good times. Surprise! Like these guys, when these guys come to town, they clean out all your fucking your toy spots. Did you guys see their epic haul?
Here's a tease. And this is one of my first Mythic Legions. Like when I say one of my first, I have my second right here, and both were on the same night. I can't remember. You were in there with us, right? We were in Mighty Pins.
Yep.
And these are epic, dude. Epic. But yeah, we had that toy. Oh, that's right. We had the toy haul pick that night, and dude, it was just like loaded up. I think that was the heaviest night. Every night wasn't like that, but we had just went to Frankensons, and I think for the most part, 3 of the 4 enablers had not been to Frankensons before, or at least that location. So, we were all like, kids in a toy store, right? So, we were buying everything that, we haven't seen in the wild or, just missed out on. And then also Decon and then Mighty Pins. Like we don't have, at least for me on the East Coast in Charleston, South Carolina, we don't have, Mighty Pins or I forget the other toy store. I don't want to say the name.
You went to
Fat, yeah. I was calling it Fat D's, and everybody's making fun of me. It's not
Fat Collectible. It was
Fat Collectibles. I was getting it confused with Mighty Pins.
You're like, let's go to Fat D. What?
I told people that. I was like, hey, we're headed to Fat D's. They're like, what?
You're like, what's going on here?
Place. But we don't have toy shops like that with all these different, different toy lines and stuff like that. So it was really cool to see that. And, on the Mythic Legions, these prices, I think, were close to retail price. So that was cool.
Frank, it is pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome, I have to say.
Yeah, it was cool because you could get food there. Like I was eating ice cream and drinking a Coke while waiting on some people up front. So you can get food there,
Because it used to be a Costco. So they have like a little like food station. Right. They got a little snack bar with drinks or chips or whatever. But yeah, they got the other stuff too. You would have really hated the old location. The old location really sucked.
That's what everybody was saying.
Yeah, the old location sucked. There was no AC. It was just dark. It was pretty dingy, but let's move on. I can't even talk about it. It's gross.
We can talk about the new Frankensons location because they have everything.
It's pretty nice. It's nice and clean with air conditioning. The lights are on. It's because the first time I went was a few months ago. I hadn't been to the new location since it opened. And it was nice. I was like, okay, we've come a long way because I used to go to Frankensons and it was pretty small. And then, every year was getting a little bit bigger. More people started coming. So they've come a long way since the beginning. I could say that.
Yeah. And, for those that don't know what Frankensons is, a bunch of people it's a consignment shop in a way, right? A bunch of people will have pop-up shops or they're there all the time selling their product. So, some of the prices on the same products may vary depending on how deep you go into Frankensons. And we learned that very quickly
I used to tell people all the time, Frankenstein's is a wretched hive of scum and villainy, because your neighborhood scalpers is where that's where they set up, my friends. I live in the Bermuda Triangle of collecting, because I live really close to Frankenstein's, and all these these scalpers go to all the Targets, go to all the Walmarts, they go everywhere. So that's why I can never find anything. And they'll, they price it accordingly. But they've gotten better. They've gotten a little bit better.
Yeah, I would say it's a blessing and a curse that those shops are in the areas, because one, they offer all these places or all these things in one place. However, they're your competition when buying this stuff from retail. So,
but yeah, Star Marvel says it's basically a swamp meet. Would be the easiest way to explain it, kind of like a swamp meet kind of thing. Indoor swamp meet, if you will.
Yeah. You know what? I ended up buying something that's very far from an action figure. I bought a fossilized T-Rex vertebrae while I was there.
I've never seen that. Like,
there's one of the guys that's got a Hot Wheel, like he's got some vintage Hot Wheel and some other Hot Wheels, and I was in there buying what was I buying? The Turtle Van or something, because they took cash. And they had some like dinosaur bone stuff, and I was like, oh, my son would like that. Yoink. And so I took it. But yeah, it was definitely different from all the other stuff there.
Oh, so he was a Hot Wheels guy, and he had some.
Yeah, it had some like megalodon teeth. You know the aisle that's got all the Build-A-Figure stuff and the stuff that doesn't move, like the expensive like
the
Fing Fang Boom and all those figures that doesn't sell for Hasbro.
Yeah.
He's on that aisle, like opposite side of that, and he sells a bunch of Hasbro stuff. Not Hasbro, Hot Wheels stuff. Yeah, but he had some like megalodon teeth, fossils and stuff, which is kind of cool. It was different, so I was like, yeah, I'll buy that.
It's nice. Something different. Now they got a lot of different stuff. What do they have? Like they have some clothing. They have some of those Loungefly backpacks for the ladies. They got sports stuff. I don't know why people want sports stuff.
Yeah, sports memorabilia. I did find the picture. You know the meme that Prime always uses for Mario with him dancing.
Oh, that was it. Oh, that was
Van Damme. Yeah, I did find that coincidentally. I was like, oh yeah, I'll take that. Like,
what? Who had that? Was it? What is it? A comic guy, or was it somebody with toys? Like,
it was a comic guy. He had just a bunch of like art. Most of it was comics, but or comic themed. And then there was the one of Van Damme. I was like, that's I need that. Let me.
Yeah. that was awesome. That was probably the best buy of the whole weekend.
Well, that, and then I ended up finding at Decon there was a Obi-Wan shirt that I forget what it said, but it was a very cool meme that I ended up buying and gave that to Kev. But that was one of the two epic buys. No, I did not make the Van Damme with the laser. I found that at Frankenstein's.
That was all made by hand, sir. That was artwork made by hand. No lasers.
No lasers. It was probably a laser, probably an inkjet or a laser printer.
Yeah, there you go. I know, right? What are the odds?
What are the odds? That's why immediately when I saw it, I was like, I gotta have that. Dude's like, you want what? And I was like, that one. He's like, okay.
Why? He's like, why? He's like, weirdo. Like, why?
I was like, it says 15. He's like, if you give me 7, you can leave with it. And I was like, okay.
And leave quick, please. That was awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, that was like the funniest thing ever. And what a coincidence.
Yeah. Big coincidence. And now it's like I've just come home and like dumped all my stuff everywhere. Stuff I picked up, like my luggage is still on the floor. That shows you how I live. But the picture of it is like on our nightstand. So my wife, every time she gets up in the morning, like looks at it, and I'm like, "You like it, don't you?"
Why do you have it? You have it?
I have it. I don't know why I have it. I when I was packing up, like every morning I would clean up. And I just happened to just like put it in my luggage and not think about it. And that really should have went with Mario. I don't know why I have it.
You need to ship it to him. You need to ship that off to him for Christmas. He can get that for Christmas. Save it. Secret
Yeah, I'll
Santa.
put it in a nice big frame, like one of those super
Oh, there
chunky
you go.
frames
Yeah,
where you have no choice but to feel guilty that you got to hang it up.
there
And
you go.
and then yeah, I'll ship it to him.
That's why you took it, so you could frame it for him, and that's going to be his Christmas present. There you go. See?
Yeah.
You were thinking.
Hopefully he's not watching the show. Surprise.
Yeah. I'm gonna get this guy's gonna. I'm gonna get you to paint me that rude boy head for free now that you're not watching.
There you go.
And I
got one of those.
I know. I have to say thanks. I think he was supposed to give that head to someone else, Prime to the First, but thank you for giving it to me. I finally got a rude boy head.
There you go. Yeah, dude, the popularity of those things have really expanded.
Like when he started posting those up, and Star Marvel started posting them up, all painted up. I was like, man, these are so cool. Like, I need to get one. And then when I met, then when Mario had it on the table, and he was like, oh, here, like, because I was like, oh, can I see that? I'm like, I see it up in person. He's like, yeah, here you go, you can have it. And I was like, whoa, what? I was like, sweet. That was like my best score of the whole weekend. Was that head sculpt, you know?
Yeah, dude, it's dope. And, you know, I don't know if you got to play with the actual, like, his complete custom there, but.
No,
dude,
Clean Slate Custom was hogging it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. He loved that.
I think I touched it once. You know, and I was like, oh, this is cool. You know, I remember because I'd commented on the bands that he had, like on his leg and his wrist. You know, I think he said it was like tape or something like that, or gauze or something. And then that was it. And then he was gone. He was missing the whole night.
Wow, that's because Clean Slate had him.
I know. He's hogging it the whole night.
Speaking of, where's Clean Slate at? He should be here tonight. It is Wednesday before Thanksgiving, so
everybody's probably traveling. If you're smart, you're probably traveling tonight or later tonight. It's supposed to be like one of the busiest traveling days in like 2, 3, 4 years, something like that. They say.
Yeah, a lot of people got the mindset that, you know, we're coming out of this, you know, COVID stuff, and I think people are, you know, itching to get out and do stuff. So yeah, makes sense to me.
Yes, the DMC will be gone tomorrow to his mom's house. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how far you got to go?
About 30 miles or so. So
3 hours.
So in this traffic, about 3 or 4 hours. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Is it south or north from you?
It is. Where are we going? We're going south. No, it's most like east, southeast maybe.
Okay.
So about 4 hours. Yeah, about there.
30 miles, 4 hours. That's crazy.
3 or 4 hours. We'll see. I'm hoping we leave early enough to where we can get there in 2. If I'll be happy if we get there in 2.
Yeah.
You know. Normally on a normal day, you know, we can get there in about an hour, a little over an hour.
Well, that's not too bad.
You know, depending on traffic, but yeah, with holiday traffic, it is outrageous.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I got to go about 60 miles, but I don't think it'll only take us an hour and a half.
What the heck,
dude? I mean, it's island. It's island traffic. It's not freeway traffic.
I need to move.
Traffic here ain't too much better during like normal circumstances, but when you're like back roads is key. But there's no back roads, it seems like, in California.
No, there's no back roads here. The only back roads is if you're driving through somebody's backyard.
Right. Yeah.
And you live in South Carolina.
South Carolina, yep.
Okay, because we have friends in North Carolina that keep trying to talk us into moving over there.
North Carolina is nice. They maintain their road systems a whole lot better. Like when you cross the border, you know you're in North Carolina because the sounds from your tires stop immediately.
Oh, wow.
But I will say South Carolina, North Carolina is very nice. You know, the Carolinas, you know, that's where Pepsi was made. That's where the Wright brothers, you know, flew the first aircraft. The coastal scene is really nice. You still get the, you know, the 4 seasons, but it's not as extreme as, you know, further north.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I'm a big fan of the area. Born and raised, Although I did like California a lot. It's just I thought traffic here was bad because 10 miles sometimes takes me an hour to get home when there's a wreck. But when there's no reason for traffic, just traffic for traffic, that sucks. Your life is like you can't go nowhere, right?
Welcome to California.
Yeah. And add in the cost of living and all those things, like, yeah, it's just ridiculous.
And see, and that's why I don't have fancy machines. And that's why. I'll say, yeah, the cost of living is like outrageous. But hey, we got Disneyland, so I guess that kind of
Got Disneyland? How often do you go to Disneyland?
Never.
All right.
Like, I only go. I went last year. I think. I think we might have gone last year. If you say so. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, about 30 miles. I only get in when my sister lets us in. My sister works at Disneyland, so she can get people in.
Oh, nice.
So I only go when she gets us in, so I can save, $500.
All right. Yeah, it ain't cheap.
Because there's 5 of us, so I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'll wait till she gets us in, because they give her free tickets too, on top of letting people in. So I just wait for her to get us in, because I'm like, nah, I'm not spending all this. Though we do go to Knott's Berry Farm all the time.
What is that?
Which is it's an amusement park. What do they call it? They call themselves like the first amusement park.
Oh, really?
Or something like that. I don't know. That's what they call themselves. I don't know if it's true or not. It's kind of like a Western type theme amusement park. So it's mostly like wooden roller coasters. A lot of it has to do with like mining. You can mine for gold, there.
I might need to go there.
For
Gold
little
is my color.
Well, yeah, if you want to get a little grain of salt of gold, But yeah, it's their mascots there are the Peanuts gang. So you get Snoopy walking around the park all the time, and Charlie Brown.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty fun, and that one's a lot closer to me. Disney is probably like, half an hour away. Knott's is only like 15 minutes away. A year pass is a hell of a lot cheaper than Disneyland.
Yeah.
The kids don't notice the difference, going on the rides and stuff like that, walking around, buying a churro. It's all the same to them. So we just go there. We go, we jump over there. We stay there for a couple hours. We come home, and they're good to go. So we go there maybe once a month, and they're good.
Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, look it up. Knott's Berry Farm. You're gonna be like, oh man, I should have gone there.
Yeah, we should have went there. I'm looking it up now. I'll save that for later.
Yeah.
10 minutes from Six Flags. Oh yeah, so that's like the places we go over here, like Carowinds. There's a Carowinds right on the border of North or South Carolina. There's Six Flags in Atlanta. I don't know.
So it's like a Six Flags, in a way, but it's with a Western theme.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
They used to have like a cowboy show. I don't think they have that anymore. You get to ride a little, like a train, like an old time train, and they do like a fake heist, that they jump
into. Yeah.
In there. So that's kind of cool. Something different,
Yeah. Hey, as long as the kids dig it, that's what's most important, right? And then if you can do it often, that's awesome.
And I think they're most famous for now is when they do their Scary Farm.
Oh, for Halloween?
Yeah, that's what they're really known for now. Around here is for Scary Farm.
Nice.
That is fun if you like, the Halloween theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Scary Farm is recommended. Definitely, it's good.
Yeah, I dig the Halloween stuff. I'm ready for this, whatever this atmosphere is that we're in or climate we're in. Ready to get back to being social so we can do these things again more often.
For sure.
we're not out of it yet, but I was super paranoid about the trip and coming back and like exposing people to potential COVID or whatever.
Mhm.
And I went and took a voluntary test Saturday, and it was negative. And I feel very fortunate that able to make a trip like that and see all those people and not have a problem. So hopefully that means we're coming out of it. Maybe not quickly, but slowly enough to get past some of the social anxiety stuff that has kind of plagued us for the past couple of years.
No, that's for sure. The best thing though to come out of it, I must say, is I finally get to live my lifelong dream of wearing a mask in public.
I actually don't mind that. I don't mind wearing the mask in public, especially like I don't have to smile at nobody. I can just squint my eyes and I think I'm smiling, or am I grimacing? I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, when I'm at work and stuff, like, and people like are looking at me, I'm always grimacing at them. I'm always like making faces at them. And now that I have my mask on, you can't tell. And sometimes I'm saying stuff that you don't want to know that I'm saying to you because I'm telling you, So it's nice to have a mask.
Well, I'm a professional mumbler, so most people don't hear what I'm saying anyway. But the mask helps a whole lot more. I will say that.
You're like, no, I said this. I said that. What did you say?
Oh, you're laughing. I didn't say anything funny, but you're laughing, so I'm a funny guy.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like, that's the best thing that came out of it. I do not mind at all. And for the places that allow gaiters, I wear gaiters with superhero mask faces.
What is a gaiter?
The ones that you pull up like around your.
Oh yeah.
They call them gaiters.
Yeah.
Like for a long time, I didn't know what they're called either. But
Yeah.
I guess the technical term is gaiter. Those that pull up. And I have superhero faces. So like I have a Spider-Man one.
Okay.
I have a Deadpool one. I think I have a Venom one. So I was like,
nice.
If I'm going to wear a mask, well, might as well go all the way.
Right. Yeah, I like on like cold days when I have my hoodie up and the mask on. I feel like a ninja. This is the closest I can be a ninja in public. Like,
yeah, and no one will say anything. No one will be like, "Hey, look at that weirdo."
Right.
Yeah. It's perfect. Yeah,
I don't mind it at all. Actually, it was. I will be honest. It was frustrating on a plane because like. I don't mind flying, but at certain points there's some anxiety, and anxiety plus mask doesn't work out. So I'm like, oh man, I need a drink. It was weird because like the lady was like, "What do you want to drink?" And I took my mask down a little bit so she could hear me, and she said, "You need to pull that back up." And I was like, "Okay." And as soon as she handed me the mask, she said, "You can take that off the drink." And I'm like, What is this double standard thing like?"
That's the biggest thing that gets to me is like the double standard on basically everything. That it's okay to do this, but you can't do that, or you can wear it here, but you can't wear it there. You know what I mean? Like there's so many double standards, and I think that's what irritates people the most. And I know it irritates me is like, well, if you're gonna do it for one, then you need to do it for all, kind of thing. It's just they need to make their minds up,
But that was my biggest fear about the whole trip was traveling, especially in the plane with a mask on. And there was a few times I about lost it, dude. I was like, I need to do something. And credit to my wife, I started writing her a letter, and it calmed me down. Like I had my iPad, I was like drawing and shit. Like I don't like being pinned up. And then when you're pinned up with a mask on, it's like, oh, it's like
really confined.
Too confined, yeah.
You're like, this guy,
I made it back. I did not cause any ruckus on the plane. I made it back.
Where's the air marshal? This guy's causing a scene.
Oh man,
this guy's hyperventilating over here.
Yeah, it was craziness, but yeah.
Let's see what else. We need to find out some more inner workings of Highschool Creations.
Oh man. Well, I'll tell you what. One inner working that's happening right now is my bladder is completely full, and
that's what I was.
If it's cool, I would like to step away and relieve myself, so we can talk more about other inner workings that are probably more appropriate.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. That sounds good. 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. All right, folks, if you guys need to go to the bathroom, now would be a good time to go to the bathroom. If not, do you have any questions out there for High School Creations? Or do you have any questions for me, since we have 2 minutes until Mike finishes relieving himself? What a rude guest. Don't you hate it when guests just get up and leave? That's the last time this guy's going to be on the show. Jeez. But anyways, questions? No questions? All right. Then I'm going to have to ramble on for 2 minutes. What up, DMC? How you doing? I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I could be better. But, we're getting through it. Thank you for asking, though. Looking forward to tomorrow. Gonna get even fatter tomorrow with all the turkey and whatnot. Hopefully everybody out there has a good Thanksgiving if you celebrated. If not, sorry. I don't know. Probably Kevin doesn't, aka toying around, because he's Canadian. He's in America's hat, if you will. Oh, Canada. Oh, Canada. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Star Marvel, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing? I see you're doing a lot of Rude Boy customs, that's for sure. Oh, I think he's coming back.
Oh, I'm here.
Everybody was saying how you were such a rude boy for leaving.
Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm back. That was quick. That wasn't 3 minutes.
No, that's pretty good. That's not too bad. We lost a bunch of viewers because he left.
Oh,
that's
come
all right.
back,
Maybe
guys. Come back.
They'll be back in 2 minutes, though, probably.
2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Really, I wanted to know. I didn't know. I want to talk more about your cosplay. I didn't really know that you did cosplay. Were you doing it? Starting the diet for all the Rude Boys. Nice.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah. You're gonna have to do some kind of like, what is it? Neo-punk style. Is that what it's called? Neo-punk.
Neo-punk.
Were you doing cosplay for yourself, or you were just making like costumes for other people?
Oh, just for myself. Yeah, just for myself. It was just like a creative event, like especially, like I said, a lot of this stuff stemmed, after my son was born, and I really want to take a different approach on life because I was very social. Like, me and my wife would go out, hang out with friends quite a bit. That kind of changed when you got kids. So there was a different kind of event that we needed, and mine went straight back to creativity. So it was all about stuff that fit for me. Now I say that, and most of the stuff I give away, I probably too generous of a person, but a lot of times when I make stuff, I give it away, and this is probably the 5th or 6th mask that I made. I did a Deadpool, I did an Iron Man, and this still needs work. I never actually finished it. You can see on the back here. But I've done so many others, and I just gave them away as gifts. And I like doing that. I like building stuff, to my standards, and then giving it away and surprising people with stuff. Most of them have been masked. This was the first, and you can see it's broken. This is I've not made this in like years. But this is before lasers. This is all hand cut. All this is hand cut. Although you can cut this with the laser if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'm interested in that stuff because every Halloween I keep wanting to be Red Hood because my son loves Batman. He's always Batman, and I thought it would be funny to go out with him as Red Hood.
Right.
And I was like, oh man, I can make this stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, it's all hand cut. I think MezcoCon 2020, like there was the cosplay picture, and I was Red Hood. I had the the brown jacket, I had this on, the mask. The only reason you could tell it was me because my beard was hanging out beyond the mask. So there's no spiders in here. If I put it on, You can't really hear me, but you can see me.
No, but it looks good though. It looks really good.
Yeah.
And you said that's just foam from Hobby Lobby, like little.
Yeah, let me grab. I got a few pieces right here, actually. You can buy this in bigger rolls, or you can buy it in sheets from Hobby Lobby, and it's just this Silly Winks foam from Hobby Lobby, and you can get it in white, brown, black, whatever color you want to find. And then there's templates. You can go out to like Etsy or whatever, and there's all these pre-made templates that you can print out, and then you can just trace them onto your foam, cut them out. There are some that require certain kind of degrees of cut, so you just got to turn your X-Acto knife, and then you use like a barge or a I forget what type of glue it is specifically, but there's a very tacky glue specifically for this foam stuff, which I believe is barge, and it's very potent as far as fumes go, but once it's together, it's not coming apart. And there's a lot of great cosplay YouTube videos, and those cosplay YouTube videos is what led into like dioramas and stuff, and led to you, and led to Al, led to Punker Mike. So there's just the algorithm supports you guys. But yeah, this is the foam here. It's now weird because when I was into it, there wasn't a lot of support for it in the hobby stores. It was like finding that kind of size foam. But now there's these rolls of foam. There's all these different. There's a whole aisle in Hobby Lobby and as well as Michael's.
Yeah, I was surprised. Yeah. I was surprised, and they actually have the header that says like cosplay. And I was like, what? The first time I saw that, I was like, what? I actually took a picture and posted. I was like, I can't believe there is finally now like a cosplay section in like the craft stores. So they've come a long way.
Yeah, and so I was like making, and my videos are very bad, but like, I have videos going. I've been trying to do the YouTube thing for years, and I just never really hit anything that was very interesting to anybody. And I don't even know if what I do now is, but like going back to early. Oh wow, I'm looking back here. Early, like 4 years ago.
I saw some of your car videos.
Yeah, so those are like 5 years ago. Yeah, it's like my mom's car, my car, me hiking or whatever. But like, I think you actually see this Red Hood video in my DIY like paint booth where I made this like foldable cardboard paint booth. But I'm always doing something. I have a camera around it, whether it's good or not, whatever. But that's just what I've done.
So did you get the templates for that armor and for the mask?
Yeah, I got the templates for the armor, and I think it was specific. I don't think it was Red Hood at that time, and then I just found a Red Hood emblem, and then just like made my own pattern, and then made it. And it's a 2-piece. Yeah, it's a 2-piece. You can see the seam right there in the middle. But I mean, it looks nice enough. I was super happy with it to be a good cosplay. I mean, after so many years now, you can kind of see the paint coming off. But
like, I think it looks great. Like, I like it. I think it looks great.
And then I just took some straps and then put straps with buckles on it. And unfortunately, this piece, the chest piece, fits a little high. I went from some of the patterns that was there. It'd be great if I had my own mannequin, but it fits a little high on me. But it still looks pretty good for cosplay and stuff like that. And it's held up, except for that bottom piece. That barge is really held up very well. I think I would do that one a little differently.
Well, hello.
White Mike, what's up? But it's really cool to get into because then you can do all sorts of armor, right? Especially the more we can get back out into these cons now. Like I want to get more, cosplay stuff. So I may go back into that a little bit. I think, the hobby, we said this earlier with the science guy, like it's all the same things, just creating something different, right? Same tools. So it'd be cool to see what I can do now with cosplay after, building a skill set in dioramas. Because I think, even though it's different, it's a lot of the same type skills, right? Same tools, same processes. So.
And now with your a slimmer fit, you'll have a superhero body that.
Oh, well, I was slimmer back then. This is only like dad bod type stuff.
No.
Right? Not that I used to actually be in the gym like 4 or 5 times a week. Not that I was super cut or anything. I just tried to be healthy, and then kids come and you lose all that time, especially like early years. Like you're just confined to the house. With COVID, like it's weird because I sleep in the same room that I work in out of my home office. So I'm in that same room like almost 8 hours or 16 hours out of the day.
Oh,
So
wow.
I'll be glad to get out of that kind of phase,
Oh, for sure.
Too much about me.
But at least you get to work from home.
That's true. There's
it's
pros
a plus,
and cons.
It's a plus and then it's a minus too, because like you don't get to interact with other people, which sometimes could be a good
virtually. But there's a whole lot of things like when I didn't work from home, I was like, if I work from home, I'd be like in the gym, I'd be doing this, I'd prep a meal prep, I'd be doing this with my kid. No, like you don't know when to turn off real work, and then when you turn off real work, you don't know when to turn off the hobby. So everything blurs together between work, life, family, hobby, and it's like someone put the accelerator on time, dude. Like these years are starting to fly by so quick, you don't even know they're happening. Like it's crazy.
I got a good story that you could tell.
All right.
I know there's a video out, but I think what is it, like an 8-hour video or something? Why don't you give us a quick gist of how the Enablers first formed?
Oh,
what is the origin story of the Enablers?
Origin story. I'll do my best. I'll do my one-sided view on how the Enablers joined, and I try to give some rough timelines. But it was about a year.
Know about this Fantastic Four.
Okay. All right. Yes, it definitely was fantastic. And if we're going to use that phrase, I do want to come back and say, who is who a part of the Fantastic Four?
Okay. Yeah.
But,
you got
yeah. So about a year ago, actually, it was probably early January, maybe late December. Somehow like we were all talking. I think I just came off doing an episode with Kevin in mid-December, and so we were talking more. And
were you on his show, or was he on your show?
I didn't have a show then. I was on his show.
You were on his show? Huh.
I was on Unboxing Thursdays with Kevin. It was one of my first appearances on YouTube outside of my own channel.
That's how starstruck he is. He can't have me on his show. That's how starstruck he is.
Well, I don't know what it is, but we just clicked. Like he was posting a lot of stuff about fried chicken. I'm a fried chicken fan from the South, and I don't know. One thing led to another. Oh, you like toys too? So it was like, hey, come on the channel. But anyway, we all started talking. I was buying figures from Mario because he seems to always sell his figs after he buys them, and I was very interested in what Prime was doing. And it just so happened like we were all talking to each other, and we were all getting into 3D printing and these other things. So we formed a IG channel to kind of support some of those things. Like, oh, you're having problems? I'm having the same problems with printing or sharing printing. So it started out like this group of like helping each other troubleshoot, different problems or similar problems. And then, Mario and Kevin were already like enabling each other. I think, it was starting to become a thing. And then when that group started, we all started kind of enabling each other to buy these certain things. I started coming, talking about doing a YouTube channel because me and Vasco was doing the IG thing. But, it was kind of something new I wanted to do on YouTube. And so we were all like buying similar things, and who enabled one to buy another. Then there's this point system that got through on top. I think really Kevin and Mario know when that exactly started, but that was my view of it is, oh, you're buying this? Well, I enabled you to buy it, so I get points for that. And I was like, there's got to be some rules to this point system. And there's rules, but it's like, okay, well, these are Kevin's made up rules, or these are Mario's made up rules. Oh, Mario's managing the points, but he's always, first, or Kevin's first. I'm BSing. They seem to be legit points, but there started to be some structure put around it. And I think, February may have been the first like enablers, like Kevin invited us all on. Let's do this enablers episode and make this a thing. And here we are almost a year later, even tighter than we were then, just having fun. And I think that's what it's about. Opening toys, having fun, honestly enabling other people to buy stuff, right? If we legit like it, we're going to share it and try to enable the people to buy it. We're not just trying to get points, right? I managed to get some high points by enabling some people to buy some, big 3D printers. I'm working on hopefully some laser points, which may put me in the lead at the end of the year. We'll see. But it's fun, and I think it's trustworthy enabling because we're honestly buying stuff and sharing stuff that we love, and people should love. So it's fun.
And where do these points come into play? Like what is the end goal on these points? Who is the winner?
Right now, if you go to the enablers, there is an enablers IG handle. You will see the points. And right now, I think Kevin is in the lead with Mario, and then me following very short behind that. And Prime, I think, is dead last. So, as far as points go, it's just for fun. I don't think you can redeem them for any swag at this point. But the idea guy, Kevin, is always coming up with new cool stuff. So, maybe next week points mean something. Right now, points just are points inside the group. I can see the enablers being on Jimmy Fallon. Yes, invite us, Fallon. I'll be there. I will talk the same talk I'm talking now, except I'll probably be drinking something else. But it's just fun.
I can see you guys on Jay Leno's show, probably.
Hey, we met Jay Leno. We met Jay Leno in Burbank, leaving Gentle Giant, and no one believes us. It was. We told you about this, right?
Yeah,
so
that's what
at the stoplight, turning right, and Josh looks over and says, "Hey, is that Jay Leno?" And like immediately, I feel someone looking at me. Look over, and like Jay's looking in the back seat at me. Looks forward, like he's trying to signal Prime, and Prime just turns right. And I was like, "Prime, did he need help? Why is he like smiling at us and trying to signal us?" And we just keep going. Nobody believes us.
It's true, folks. You come to California and you see stars like all over the place. It's true. You just see them down the street all the time. Popping up all over the place.
Unfortunately, I'm not a good storyteller, so I'm not doing the enablers or the Jay Leno sighting meeting any justice. But there's truth behind everything I say. I'm not fabricating any of this. This is truth. But, we're just a fun group of folks who get along very well. And, even after meeting, a couple weeks ago, like an epic trip, like just strengthened the bond of the enablers. And those are my favorite guys, group of guys. And it's just super fun always. Every time we get to hang out, it's Mario and Prime against each other, Kevin, and, it's just a great time.
And who's who of the Fantastic Four? Who's the Thing?
Oh, that's on you to call. I'm not saying that.
Let's see. I'm gonna have to say, I'm gonna let you be Mr. Fantastic.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna let you be Mr. Fantastic.
I wish I had a wide angle.
And then Mario can be. I'll let him be Johnny.
Oh shit! Okay.
Prime can be the Thing.
Oh, Kevin Sue?
And Kevin is the girl because he's a.
I would agree. I think Stormwell can call it. Thing. Prime being Thing, Mario being Johnny. I think that's right. Kevin's either in a onesie or a female. Okay.
So yeah,
Invisible Kev.
I'm calling you out. Kev. So then maybe now I'll be on your show.
I see him more of a Reed Richards than me, but yeah, okay.
I'll let you be the brains of the operation.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that, but okay. I'm
being
so that brings me to my question. I was going to put you on the spot.
Oh, that's right. So
put you on the spot.
I was hoping you already asked the question earlier in the.
You just didn't realize it. Okay, I'm gonna call you out. At least the turtles are all guys. Yeah, so we can talk about the turtles here in a second. But who is your favorite enabler, and why?
It's a hard question.
It's very hard because every one of the enablers, except for me, is a stand-up awesome person, and they do great things in the
Let's
community.
see. No, definitely. I'd probably say you're my favorite enabler. Favorite. See, I'm on because I'm on the spot. You know, I'm like
You can't call me though. That you can't. You got to say one of the other guys.
No, because I hung out with you the most. I think like I talked to you probably the most.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, so I'd probably say you will probably be my favorite.
Oh, he's blushing.
I know. I'm like,
all right, we'll quickly move on from that topic. So, if we were to say enabler turtles, what do you think the lineup would be?
Okay, because I don't want to hurt everybody's feelings. Because Mario's gonna get his feelings hurt. After he gave me head. Gave me the head. I mean, whatever.
Yeah, the horny head.
Yeah. So, whatever. That's a different
The
story.
correct answer is they're all my favorite.
They're all my favorites. They're all like my kids. You can't choose one over the other, But anyways, the turtles, which Prime is Raph. Yeah, I think that's about right. Prime is Raph.
That's definitely right. Yeah, there's no denying that one.
Okay. And you can be Donatello because you got all the gadgets. And then we'll let Kevin be Leonardo. And then Mario is Mikey. Yeah, Mario is Mikey. Prime is Raph. And then you're Donatello. There we go.
Am I the first enabler on the show?
Yes. So anyone who
have the rest of the crew on, or have the enablers together.
So anyone who comes after you, you probably enabled it. So then you would get the points when they're on the show.
Oh shit! How many points do they get per episode?
100.
100 points. I need like thousands of points to catch up with.
Okay, 1,000 points for each one.
Yeah, Kevin's at like. Let me see how many points Kevin has. Kevin's got 5,300. Mario's got 44. I got 32. Prime has 2,800.
All right. So if we can get 796 Studios, that's 1,000, and then Prime would be 1,000, and then I guess if we have to have Kevin on, that would be 1,000 too.
Why do you say it like that?
I don't know. Did I say it a certain way? I don't know.
Kevin has to be on the show.
So then that's 3,000, and then if we get all of you on at the same time, that's another 3,000.
Oh, I gotta get sign off from the crew on that one.
See?
For the points.
And
I think you should do that though. You should invite us all on.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Well, I invited them all on, and they can all decide they didn't want to be on my show.
How rude!
Yeah. How rude! Nah, it was bad timing. I misscheduled.
The timing when you have a lot of people is always difficult because when I was doing the Triple C podcast with the Rectangular and Cheney 180, Punker Mike, Wisman, Al Chang, it was always hard to coordinate the schedules. Maybe 3 of us would be on, maybe 4 of us. It would really be rare to get everybody on because everybody's schedule was different. So anytime you have more than 2 people, it's kind of hard to coordinate. So props to everybody that has more than 2 people on their show because it can be tough to coordinate all that.
Yeah, for sure. Or remembering your schedule when you don't write it down.
Yep.
Well,
yeah. And I always got Hollywood things to do, and so my schedule is always crazy. You know what I mean? So
crazy.
You never know. You can't count on me to do anything. To
be the DMC.
Yeah, I might pop in for 1 episode and I'll be gone for the next 5. But hopefully I'm gonna get these guys. I'm gonna get all those guys in later on. We're gonna have a reunion.
Nice.
I don't know if I mentioned that before. I might have mentioned it in the last episode.
No, that'd be cool.
We're playing a reunion episode. So
Nice.
If I didn't say it before, now you've heard it now first. You've heard it first. So I will have a reunion special later on down the road.
That'd be dope. Yeah, it's fun to get a bunch of people on.
Mhm.
Like that last season one like 15 people.
You're
Oh,
managing too many people.
yeah, but I mean it was fun. It's just not everybody gets to talk how they want to talk, but I think the most important thing is just having everybody on because it's about creating connections, and some of those people may not talk to each other ever before until that point, and they may or may not make connections. That's on them, but it's cool if you're able to broker
Mhm.
those kind of connections, and whether it's meant to be or not. But yeah,
Oh
those
yeah.
type of events are really fun.
Yeah, then you get to see everybody's, how everyone's different personalities, how they mesh well or
Right.
or not.
Yeah. Hey, that's on them.
Not
Um,
everybody can be electrifying like myself. Not
right.
every,
Right.
yeah.
No one could take home the Quad Flame Trophy Best in Show
Then
award.
this guy. That's right. That's how I do it. I come in, I take all the awards. That's how I roll. Come in, take the awards, go home. That's what I do. That's what I do, folks. That's what I do. So you're making a big. I hear you're making a big diorama. Pretty big diorama. Like a
Yeah.
whole,
It's
like a
not.
whole city or something.
Oh yeah, wish it was a whole city. It's
Or a whole zip code.
a city block. Yeah, I would say it's close to a city block. It's got a side parking lot. It's got a 3-story center building, and then it's got another alley that's going to be like, or that is a couple apartments with a back parking garage. It's pretty big. It measures probably 35 inches tall by 40 inches deep, about 57 inches wide. It's pretty big. It's not my biggest. I did an X mansion last year that was 87, the base, 87 inches by 76 inches. And it was close to 30 inches tall.
I just caught that video like a few months ago. Like I found out about it. Not a few, maybe it's like 6 months or something. But I never knew that you had built that. I had never seen it anywhere. I'm surprised that I had never seen, more people share it because I was like, man, this is a freaking pretty big diorama. I'm like, why have I like never seen this before? Or maybe I didn't pay attention, but I didn't see a lot of people sharing that where I was like, this is share worthy. I'm like, this is freaking huge. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
that I just found out about it,
It's weird how a year, social media presence can define somebody. And I think maybe it helped, jump up some popularity or knownness. But, it was on This Week in Dioramas. Wasn't a huge hit, but it was on there. The person I shipped it to has never really posted. It just went to their collection.
Yeah, I hate when people I hate when people do that.
Not everybody does the social media thing, which is, for us diorama guys, it just means it goes into the ether. One day it'll surface. Hopefully it was able to stay in good shape. But, it was definitely a big piece. And it's on my YouTube channel if you want to go check it out. Just me like setting it up. There's not a whole lot behind it. There's some Instagram updates on it. But, it was a 6-month build. And it was one of the biggest ones I ever built at that time. And, just the logistics around building something that large is not something you think about going into it. And when I first started building it, I had an idea of how big I wanted to make it. But looking at it, I told the customer this. I said, this looks too dollhouse. If I'm going to make this, I want to make it this size. And this makes it more realistic to me. This gives the proper proportions. And he was okay with it. He was like, my biggest thing is I want to make sure I have that front lawn, with the X gates, with the front bricks, because his thing was he's going to be setting up sentinels to battle on that front lawn, but wanted the full mansion in the background. So I had to make sure that, that front area was good, which just the front lawn was like 40 inches in itself, not counting, any of the other, streets or the front street or the building itself. But, once it was said and done and built, then you had to ship it, right? That was the first time I shipped anything that big. And if you wanted to ship that, it was going to be multiple boxes. And at that price, or at that stage in the game, it's like $2,500 just to ship it. And there's no guarantee that each box, because you're sending separate boxes, is going to make it. So the best way to do it was put it on a pallet, palletize it, shrink wrap it, band it, make sure it all gets to one place at one time. Plus, it makes it a lot cheaper shipping that way if you can find the means to do it. But you learn a lot from a build. That build, like, it was the first time I did a bunch of custom windows. I still use a lot of those custom windows to date. So there was a lot of R&D that went into it. And, the guy approached me from Etsy, was like, hey, I want this to be a piece that, defines you. I want you to go all out and do it. And I was like, okay, and it did it. And I got another one of those type builds again this year. And, my timeline's a little bit more drawn out with this one, and it's a city block that I'm working on. But he went even more extreme. He's like, I don't care about timeline. I want you to do the best you can do. And that means, thinking about it, more R&D. And I had some different tool sets, right? I didn't have the laser last year, so I'm able to incorporate more detail, more precision than I was able to in previous builds. And I want that to show. I want this to be a piece that stands out. I want this to be a piece that defines me. So, a lot of dioramas, you're trying to get it out the door because you've done them before, or like corner dioramas, I'll pump those out pretty quick. But this one, it's low and slow, right? It's the end result that counts. It's not how fast you can get there. And
that's what I tell everybody. Everybody knows that's how I work.
So I'm on almost like 7-8 months on this build, and probably have a few more months left. But okay. I got paint at least. Once you start getting paint on a piece, that's when it starts really picking up speed, right?
You're working on the DMC's timeline. You're okay. You're doing all right.
But it's pushing all the other commissions back, because I got a few other people that's hit me up that want some, in my eyes, are important work, and to my hobby career game are going to be pinnacle pieces that I will do. And it's just holding me up from getting there. But at the same time, like, if I start thinking about those, I lose the vision on this one, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep this in full view and keep going with it. So, there's some things that's happened in my life that's taken my attention away from it. One of those is, obviously this is not my career. This is a hobby, extreme hobby. But there is the real life career that I have to pay attention to. It's what keeps my family going, keeps my family happy, keeps me happy, and makes this possible. And that has taken my attention, this past 6 weeks. So unfortunately, it's been even slower. But hopefully I can get back into it. I'm finding a rhythm where I can work back into it and get back into it, because, it's a hobby, but it's also an event, right? I need this as a part of my life to make me feel more complete and de-stress, right? So I need to get back into it.
Now, do you find when you're building, because you did it with the mansion, do you find that happens a lot when you're building something and you're like, damn, this needs to be bigger? Does that happen to you a lot? It's happened to me on the last few builds. Like, you get something and you're like, this doesn't look right. Like, I need to go bigger. You find that happens to you a lot?
Yeah, because it's very hard when people approach you in 1/12 scale. Building a diorama 1/12 scale is huge, right? It's not like 1/64, which is Hot Wheels, or even 1/18 scale. So to get that true look, without being cartoony, because admittedly a lot of play sets look cartoony just because they have to fit a footprint, but they don't account for the actual scale of the thing. With this one I'm working on, I'm finding my alleyways aren't deep enough, so I'm having to spread those out. And, some of my sidewalks may not be, what may be okay with the corner diorama may not fit this due to scale. So I do find that happens quite a bit. And, I think we live and we learn. So moving forward, as I do bigger and bigger pieces, I can probably more accurately say this is the size. But until you get into it, it's very hard. So I think the customer has to be flexible. You got to communicate that. But yeah, I think more times than not, I'm making stuff a little bigger than it needs to be, or what I previously planned for it to be, because of how it looks. Right, it doesn't look proportioned, and that's led me to do some of the 3D renders that I try to get into, and using stuff like other woodworkers do, and using Sculpt, whatever it is, SketchUp. SketchUp to build out ideas. That way you can get size, scale, and everything in a 3D format before you start building, because you don't want to get into a build and have to make more cuts than you originally planned. So I want to do more thoughtful thinking on my builds in the future, especially these bigger ones, because I've been requested to do some stuff for some expos, for some cons, and maybe even some potential toys. And, I want to make sure that before I even start cutting, I have a better understanding of size, scale, and how much material I'm going to need. So using 3D render, SketchUp, whatever, I think is what I'm going to incorporate to try to alleviate some of those, on the fly changes as I'm building.
And how much do you hate building big dioramas?
I
I hate it.
I actually love the planning, the cutting. The part that really gets me is like when you're about at the halfway, the point of no return, right? Because it can get scary, you can get overwhelmed. One of the things for me is like when I get stressed, I kind of just like shut down, and it becomes, the hobby starts to fade and becomes more like a real job. And when you got all these different job functions in your life, or responsibilities, family, real job, the hobby, right? I tend to just pull back from it, and I think I slow down about halfway. But yeah, it can become a love-hate relationship. But some of the things I do to get away from that is I do like little side projects, or like on this diorama itself, there are side projects to complete it, and I will focus on something different, just to get back into the creative groove.
Like I liked it back in the day when people wanted like a 12 by 12 like diorama, and they were good. And then it just seems like every year people are like, oh, can you go bigger? Can you make it bigger? Can you make it bigger? And it's like, and now we're at the point where you're making freaking a whole freaking city block. Some people are making, or you made the front lawn of the X Mansion, and people are building like a 2, 3, 4-story buildings, and you're like, what the hell? Like it's nice that it's come a long way. We're making, people are making these bigger things, but it's like, oh, what happened to the good old days?
Realistically, I think it's going to take us as diorama builders to really just communicate to the customer, hey, if you're going to be shooting this for photography, there are tricks. It doesn't have to be this big. Most most toy photographers are laying different diorama pieces to get that one view, and they don't need this huge, monolithic. I say monolithic.
Look at this. Why this guy got to call me out in public? Jesus.
But you don't need this huge monolithic display unless you're having some sort of toy conference, or you need something that big for, a large amount of figures. So I think it just comes to us to, as we learn and work with clients, to be able to better understand what they need, and, communicate to them what they actually need versus what they think they need. Right. I think it becomes more useful. But if they need truths like a stage, they need a stage set, you're going to end up with a big diorama. If they're just doing it for photos, they can fake that. They don't need a full scale, X Mansion. They can go with a gate and the front facade. They don't need the whole thing. They don't need interiors. They don't need rooms. They don't need levels, because it ends up being that our diorama isn't the focus. It's blurred out in the background, and they could have just went with, maybe a extreme set. I don't know. But, I think we just got to help curve the understanding of, what they actually need and want, versus just selling them something that, they think they want. So there's a responsibility there that hopefully, we'll learn to be able to better articulate to our customers, because they don't really need these big dioramas if they're just doing pictures. To be completely honest, they don't.
But we want to take all your money, so whatever.
Right. we want your monies, but but at the same time, I don't want to spend, for a project where you're going to take 1 or 2 snaps from one angle every time, and then you're just going to put up my diorama. Why do I need to spend 6 months on that when I could have just made you something in a few weeks? And for both of us, it would have been a win-win. So it just comes down to querying those clients to understand what they need. And some do need big dioramas, some don't, but think they do.
Don't worry, Smash Labs. It's coming. It's coming eventually. It's coming. Don't worry. But I think they're starting to get more of, I guess, diorama connoisseurs, if you will. That I think like the pieces that you make, people actually they want it to be a display piece. I've gotten a lot of people, they want this, they want a display piece. Like they just want it in their. They might use it for photography, but they want it in their, in their collection room, to be the centerpiece of their collection where they can put all their figures around a building or whatever you're making. So I think there's a lot of people now that see the artistry, I guess, in diorama making, and they want a nice piece to, I don't know, to accentuate their figures,
Yeah, and that's hella cool because a lot of people, as they understand it to be an artistry, didn't have that respect not too long ago, right? They would, especially being a newer diorama guy, they come to me after talking to someone that's been in the game for a while and want me to do the same thing at a cheaper price. And it's like that's not how this works. I'm doing this as an artistry. I'm not doing it to make money or pump out quick dioramas. And I think there was a misconception there that I'm not going to be able to reproduce somebody else's style. So if you talk to them and like their work, you need to go to them, not me. I have my own style and way I do things. And I think people are really acknowledging that, the time and effort we put into each piece and why the price isn't like a NECA, whatever their piece is called, right, that you can get for $125. This is a custom piece that we put many hours into and love. And it's the hours we spent that is the cost. It's not the materials. Yeah, you can go get this material cheap. It's all the other stuff that makes it from foam to a piece of art that is what costs. It's our time away from our family, away from the other responsibilities we have.
Yeah, so I think with all these people coming up is helping people understand more the artistry that goes behind it. And yeah, there's a lot of hacks out there. I mean, there is. Let's be honest. Not everybody's the DMC, but people are understanding that, yeah, this is art, and if you want some good art, you're gonna have to pay, and not every dial builder is for everyone, everybody's at a different skill set. Everybody's prices are different. So you just have to find the person that, works best for you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, shop around is probably the best way, but the worst way to put it. But look at.
I said it nice. Nicely.
Look at people's artwork. Define the style you like that fits what you're looking for. Right. There's so many people on social media now. You're gonna know the work. There should not be, oh, I didn't know this is what this would be like. Find an artist that you like, that you follow, that has plenty of pictures, plenty of examples of their work, and approach them. Right. If you really want a solid piece of art, if it's going to be a centerpiece for something, like, it should not be that hard to find. It may be hard to decide, but it shouldn't be hard to find.
No, for sure. Like I said, with all the people out there, it's the hardest decision is who you're going to go with, really.
Right.
There's just so
and
many.
it shouldn't be based on money. It should not be based on money. It should be based on the style and effort put into their work, right? And you can immediately tell people when they love the work because they want to share it, right? Especially like behind the scenes. But yeah, I don't know too many of the artists that are just in it for the money, because you're not making a lot of money in this. I think you're losing more time than you're going to make money off dioramas.
Well, I don't know about you, but
oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, find your artist. Find someone that really you feel some sort of response. You see the work, and request them. Don't go shopping around. It's a small community. If you've asked someone about this diorama, they probably talk to us if you're the next person in line. That's happened many times. So just
yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me a little while ago. I'm not going to mention any names. You know who you are, but that's a story for another day. just know that you have insulted the integrity of the DMC.
Oh no.
Okay? Let it be known that you insulted the DMC. You know who you are. But maybe I'll share that story on another day. It's almost a Christmas season, and everybody knows that the DMC loves the kids and he loves the Christmas season. So I start getting all merry. I don't want to start any trouble. You know, it's close to the holidays. So we're going to let it go.
As long as it's not me, I don't
No,
know
it's not you.
anything bad.
Oh,
All
no,
right,
it's
all
not
right.
you. It's not you. It's somebody that's out there. Maybe in January when Christmas is over.
January once
That's
it's
when I'll
over.
tell that story.
So with it being so close to Thanksgiving, like, what are you most thankful for this year?
I'd say I am thankful for the friends that I have and that I've met.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Honestly, like meeting you guys was such a great time. Because I haven't been to any conventions, or anybody really hasn't been to any conventions in such a long time, and got to meet people that you talk to and on over the internet. So it was just really nice to meet people finally, like, face to face in person. So really thankful for being able to meet people in person.
Yeah, it's interesting that people keep saying that, but the older I get and the longer I've been, I guess, the internet for some people has not been around the entire lives, but that's how we meet people these days.
Mhm.
Like it shouldn't be that weird anymore that our friends are first made on the internet, because we're able to find more like-minded people that we have more stuff in common with, and it's even awesome when we get to meet them in the real. But some of these people I'm more closer with than other people that I've known for much longer, and it's because that we're able to find these people. We're not geographically confined to who we know anymore, and that's super awesome.
So what are you thankful for? What are you most thankful for?
Al Gore making the internet. No, I'm just kidding. It has to be good health and prosperity this year. I think, for the most part, even we're in this COVID pandemic, everybody, I know people have gotten COVID, but they've come out of it, and that's not been the same for everybody. So I think just good health in the family, good health with friends. I'm very thankful for, hopefully we're all going to come out of 2021 all right. Looks like we are, but very thankful for that.
Awesome.
You stole mine, so I had to come up with one on the fly.
I stole it. I knew you were going to go there, so I had to say it first. I was thinking about first. Was Kevin the one that had the first show? Was he the first out of the four to have his own show?
Absolutely. I think Kevin has been doing the unboxing Thursdays for much longer. He's been, I think, sitting in the community much longer than I have. I can't speak for Mario, but I know for myself, definitely predates me.
So what do you get points for enabling you guys to have your own shows?
Yeah, sure, but I don't know how those points would equate, because like enabling means like you're in my mind, like your products, because there's a point based, like we understand value in a product when we buy it, but I don't know how you put points on an idea, or because I was YouTubing 7 years ago, so I don't know, but I think definitely there's been a lot of points given to Kevin based on certain technologies or certain things that he's implemented on his YouTube channel, and likewise for me, and the enablers group. But I got Sans for Mario 3 years ago, but he had no YouTube really. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know. He's got a YouTube channel. I definitely tried to convince him to post some videos. I think he's maybe post some, but I think he's more involved with IG. Mm-hmm. But I definitely think Kevin was, obviously doing this way before, even I was doing anything. I'm new to the whole live streaming YouTube thing, but if you look back, he's got over 50 something episodes, 60 episodes, something like that.
Well, enough about this guy. He doesn't even have me on his show. Let's move it along. Let's move it along. He doesn't even want me on his show. Let's move it along. Is that Mario's 15-second long videos? Well,
15 seconds.
Yeah, it's 15 seconds longer than some other stuff that he does, but that's for the story for another day.
Hey, it's quality over quantity. It's quality, quality over quantity.
Ooh, look at that fancy sword. Hey, so were you gonna tell the people what you're gonna give away today?
I'm giving something away.
Just kidding.
I have this fancy blade here. And
I'm just kidding. This is not that kind of show.
Tune in Saturday.
I'm a Grinch.
Coming away Saturday.
You know what I want Mike to give me is a freaking 3D printer that he's doing on his YouTube. If he gets 1,000 subscribers, is that right? 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year.
Wow, look at that. I got a little plug in here. Okay, yeah. So the YouTube channel for High School Creations has a couple milestones. We got 750 and 1,000 subscribers. 750, I got this box of tools that, not to keep talking about Mario, but Mario and I had some ideas about doing some sort of mystery box that never came to fruition. So I had this box of just random tools. So I'm going to give that away. That'd be very helpful for a new diorama or someone that's been in the game, just have extra tools. And then 1,000 subscribers, yes, I'm giving away an Ender Creality 3. It's a very basic printer, but it valued at about 150, $200, right? And I'm going to include all the stills and G-code files that I've ever done. So you come with this bank of files that you can go ahead and start printing. I think most of those you can print on demand. They've already have all the supports and stuff. So it's a real win for a diorama person. For somebody that's just in it for
win or rig?
Win. It's a real win. I haven't figured out how I'm going to give it away yet. So the rigging, I haven't even thought
It'll
of.
It'll be the riggiest of the riggiest.
But that's brand new in a box, right? And I'm doing it to give back. The numbers are specific because YouTube wants those numbers. But it's really just for the subscribers. I just want to give back, and that's it.
Speaking of mystery boxes, Star Marvel, your mystery box is coming soon. I just want to let you know that.
Oh.
Sorry about that, but the mystery box is coming soon. Just want to put it out there.
There it comes. It's coming.
It's coming. Eventually. It's coming.
And then talking about the channel and some of those milestones, every Saturday night at 9, there's an artist feature on my YouTube channel. It's called Diorama Talk.
Whoa. We're not to that part where you're plugging stuff yet.
Oh, well, I just wanted to, I want to, so this week I have a very special guest. I have a very old friend who isn't really known in the community, but has been a huge inspiration. He has been enabling me since we worked together 8 years ago. We used to do these different things.
A coworker
turned best friend, and now, distance relationship. And I've finally convinced him to come on the show because he's a very creative guy. He's got a bunch of different things he's done, but I think it's gonna be a fun time. Very close friend, long time friend. But yes, ex-coworker. We've been through several fads from Matisse here, rock climbing, off-roading, photography, bicycling, bike venturing, camping. We enabled ourselves to do a bunch of different things. So it's going to be a fun time, guys. Come check it out. It's going to be a little different live. It's probably going to be the most genuine live I've ever had on. This is a great guy, Brandon. I'm glad he's going to be on this week. So it's going to be fun.
So what does he do? What is it? Is he an artiste?
He is. He's into several different things. I think right now he's into some laser cutting, vinyl printing stuff. He also restores like hatchets and axes.
Okay.
He's a photographer. He does pictures. He does lettering art. Like I said, he's a very creative person, and he does those creative events. Matter of fact, I was talking about how I got started into this creative stuff, and it was drawing. Well, he did Inktober. He asked me to do Inktober with him in 2017, 2018, and that got me back drawing again. So I have to credit him with some of the artistry. So come check it out. It's gonna be fun. He's a great guy. We have some some photos from a very long time ago. We're gonna share maybe some slideshows of some.
Oh, this is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a good one.
Yeah, there's some non-bearded Mike pics probably is gonna be out there.
Oh, this is a shows right there.
Yeah,
definitely got to tune in for that one. I think we're gonna see some embarrassing photos, some embarrassing stories about Mike.
I don't know. Maybe everything's embarrassing to me. There's probably a lot of things people haven't heard before. So if you want to get to know me a little bit more through the eyes of somebody else that's known me for a very long time, this is going to be the episode to do that. And after that, we only got 2 more episodes left for Diorama Talk, so we'll be closing out the season.
Season ends already? Oh my goodness,
dude! I got like 30 episodes out there. So it's been a year.
Do you guys notice how this guy didn't have me on season 2? What a jerk, huh?
You told me no. Actually, I put it out there. Whoever wanted
fans
to
were pretty mad. The fans were pretty mad that I wasn't invited for season 2. They were pretty mad about it.
I have to be fair, though. I mean, if
that's
you're
true.
on season 1,
we gotta give the spotlight to other people. Yeah. We can't have it all. We gotta spread it for the other people.
Hey, but look, we're on a show together again.
That's true.
And it's during season 2.
And this is my show now, so you have to follow my rules. That's right.
Right.
I call the shots here, sir. Oh boy, what a day! What a day! Oh yeah.
What time did you get home Saturday night after leaving the Enabler's house?
Dude, I think it was almost midnight. It was a
late night.
It was almost midnight.
Yeah.
It was like 11:30 or something. I was like, my wife was like, where have you been all day? And I was like, with these guys from the internet.
I forgot I was even married. It was so awesome.
Yeah, she's like, I was like, with these guys, she's like, oh, with your internet friends. What if they were a bunch of weirdos? I'm like, well, they were kind of weird, but they were okay.
My wife kept saying, so you're going to go stay with these guys that you never met in person, but you're going to get a house with them and stay with them? I was like, yeah. What's wrong with that? Like,
that sounds perfectly fine. Nothing could happen. Nothing wrong could happen.
No. Yeah, I mean, it worked out great. It was, like I said, awesome time. I hate to keep talking about it for those that didn't get to enjoy on the time. I hate to rub it in your face, but it was super awesome time from the time I stepped off the plane to the time I stepped back on the plane. Just all around great trip.
So the West Side is the best side, people.
There you go.
Oh yeah. What a night. And everybody missed out on.
Everybody did.
Jealous.
I mean, yeah, nothing I want to change. I think everybody we met, Saturday night was really cool. Got to hang out, for a very long time. And, we went toy hunting together. Like I said, it was just awesome trip. Got to do things that I don't get to do over here with, Yep. So
I was like, oh, that was just a regular day for me. Just going to Mighty Pins, Frank and Sons, going to cons. It's just a normal day for me.
I mean, all the big cons seem to happen on the West Coast.
Yeah. I almost considered going to this San Diego Comic-Con special edition.
Mm-hmm.
That's this weekend. I considered it, but then I saw the guest list, and I was like, nah, there's not a lot of vendors. Well, there's a good amount of vendors. And I don't see a lot of companies going, though. So that kind of turned me off about that. And I think it was one of the worst weekends that they could have chosen to do it right after Thanksgiving. I'm like, you don't think people are going to be with their family over the week? You know what I mean?
That's weird because Comic-Con's very commercial. So for the big names not to be there, what is it?
It's how it used to be.
Oh.
It's how it used to be. I've been going. It stopped going for a while now, but I had gone 25 years straight, something like that.
Oh wow!
So I'm a veteran of the Comic-Con. I remember how it used to be. It used to be super small. You used to have to fax. I don't know if people know what a fax machine is. Are you serious?
Like I know facts. Like I look up facts in the. What do you mean by facts?
Like a
I'm
fax.
just kidding. I know what a fax.
I was like, oh my god! I was like, this guy don't know what a fax machine is. I was like, I'm that old. You could either mail in or you could fax in your registration to get your tickets. Now it's a whole big old thing where you have to go on a waiting room and online and everything, and it's a big ordeal. Before, you can just mail it in or fax it over. They get back to you. Oh yeah, here you go. Here's your tickets.
Man, I don't trust the mail. It never gets.
Yeah. But this was a long time ago. This is this is before we had the internet. So it was the dark days. It was the dark days. Before the internet. And then there wasn't a lot of big companies. The biggest companies you would see would be Marvel and DC.
Yeah, through Comic-Con, right?
Yeah. So you wouldn't see, there was no toy company. I mean, Hasbro wasn't there, Mattel wasn't there, none of the movie studios were there, no TV, anything. It was a true Comic-Con, and that's what got me hooked on going every year. And then I saw the changes of, the toys started coming in, the exclusives started coming in, then finally Hollywood took over, and it's like the beast that it is now. But this one, it looks like how it used to be, which is more like intimate, more about the comics. So that was nice. That kind of got me intrigued. But then I was like, on Thanksgiving weekend, I was like, I think you guys messed up there.
Yeah, not the best timing, but maybe that's intentional, right? Maybe they want to keep it a small crowd. Who knows?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, maybe they kind of wanted a small crowd just so they could kind of test the waters, and then maybe they can come back in July.
Yeah, are they planning to come back in July next year?
Yeah, they're planning it, but it all it's day by day over here.
Yeah,
they're always coming up with new rules.
playing with my sword.
Guys always playing with the sword.
As long as you don't cross streams or whatever.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Yeah. So I think I would like to hit up a Comic-Con. I don't know, maybe New York or San Diego. Not really sure which one.
Which is close to New York? Well, New York would be close to you, right?
Yeah, New York. It's only flying is probably about 6 hours.
Or what about Emerald City?
Where's that?
Emerald City is in Chicago. Is it? No, that's C2E2. What about Chicago? Is that close? Chicago's pretty close.
Yeah, it's not far. It's like a couple hours flying.
Yeah, Chicago does C2E2, and that's always been a pretty good convention. But now I can't remember where Emerald City is. Hey, you should check out C2E2. I think you probably like that one.
Yeah, I was just telling the enablers, just go to C2E2.
Oh, that'd be close for Kev and everything.
Mario, it's in Chicago, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in Chicago. So I think it'd be good times.
Yeah.
Because over here, Comic-Con would be hard for you guys to get into because you got to do the waiting room thing. You may get all 4 days. You may get 2 days. You might get 1 day.
Yeah, it's too crowded for me. It's way too crowded. I like the lower key ones.
No, now it is a sea of bodies. It is you can't turn anywhere without touching anybody.
I mean, that's not fun.
No, it's kind of that's why I kind of stopped going too because it almost lost the fun of it because it's just so packed. It's nice to see people. Nice to get exclusives and see all the new stuff coming out, but paying prices for the hotel, the amount of people that are going, it's too much now for me.
Yeah. Seattle, Washington.
Oh, there you go. Seattle. So it's over here.
But Seattle is not a place I've been. It'd be cool to go check it out. Maybe even catch up with the Diorama Project and some other friends we got out there.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So how long you gonna be at you said your mom's or mother-in-law's?
Yeah, my mom's.
Couple
I don't
days?
know, I'll probably just stay the day there, and come back sometime in the evening.
Eat some
Uh,
turkey and y'all eat turkey or what's your like staple
no,
Thanksgiving thing?
oh no, we're gonna do turkey. We gotta do turkey.
Fried or baked?
Uh, that's baked. It's baked. Baked in that nice oven. No stuffing though.
No stuff. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of stuffing.
Yeah.
Cranberry sauce?
No, my mom likes that, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't get my mom's the same way, like especially like the canned stuff, like I don't get it.
I just like I like regular stuff. Like I just like my turkey, some mashed potatoes, possibly some green beans, and some corn. Could do some of that.
Macaroni?
We don't do we're not big macaroni eaters.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, we're not big mac, so we never have that. And that's pretty much it. And I call it a day right there. Then my mom makes some other stuff too, but like I just like the regular stuff, and I'm good to go. Get some
Yeah.
rolls, and then some dessert. I'm good to go. We're done. Call it a day.
Yeah, my mother-in-law makes a killer like baked macaroni and cheese. Dude,
Okay.
so good. I mean, you feel your arteries clogging with every bite. That good.
I hear those baked ones are dangerous.
Oh, dude, they're so good. So much butter, so much cheese, so much
Ah.
noodle. But yeah, I think we've been frying turkeys for a few years, which is really good. And then it comes down to desserts for me, man. All the different pies, chocolate pies, key lime pies, cheesecake.
Because I'm more of a
sweet
pie
guy.
guy. I don't like cake. I'm more of a pie guy.
Pie,
So
yeah.
anytime I get pie.
You ever had a chocolate pie?
No.
So good, dude. With like real meringue. So good. So good.
I constantly have cherry pie though.
Are you so they do I do one of my favorite pies is chocolate pie and cherry pie. My grandma used to make me an awesome cherry pie. You don't like cherry pie?
No, I do like cherry pie.
Okay.
I eat it often.
Oh, God. I'm talking about real cherry pie. I don't know what metaphor or thing you're talking about here, but real cherry pie.
No, but I like real cherry pie too though.
Okay.
I am a pie guy. My
Okay.
two favorite pies is, because I'm a regular guy, I'm the people's champ, is pumpkin pie and good old American apple pie.
You put cheese on your apple pie?
I don't know. Cheese? What the hell am I put cheese on the pie?
Have you never heard of that?
No.
Yeah, warm apple pie, get some cheese. I don't eat it that way.
What kind of cheese? Like cheddar cheese, Swiss cheese,
Yeah,
mozzarella?
sharp cheese.
I've
It's a
never heard
balance of bitter and sweet. My family originally is from like the like I don't know if it's Midwest, but that the Missouri River or Mississippi River, like Arkansas all the way up to not Louisiana, Illinois, Chicago area, and that's what they do. They put like cheese on their apple pie. I don't know.
I can't do that. That just sounds weird to me.
But I'm more of a sweet potato pie fan. I always thought it was pumpkin pie, and it turns out it was sweet potato pie. I'm not a big fan of some of the spices they put in the pumpkin pie. But I was confused for about 15 years of my life. Rhubarb.
Come on, old man. What are you buying out your rhubarb pie? You're 70?
Is that like twigs and stems and stuff?
Because rhubarb is like a root. It's like a beet, I think.
Ah.
I think it's kind of like a beet.
Yeah. So you're a fruitcake guy then.
Yeah. Do you guys have Marie calendars over there?
What is that? We have calendars. I have like Apple calendar and
it's a restaurant, Marie calendars. You ever had that?
I don't know.
Their specialty is pies.
Oh.
Love it.
We have Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, we got Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah, I think everybody's got that.
But I don't want to spend like $40-$50 on a cheesecake.
No.
But
not when you can get a no bake for $5 and just drink it.
There you go. But Marie Callender's is a restaurant known for their pies. Oof. It must be a West Coast thing, I guess. Baker Square. Yeah, it's kind of like a Baker Square. But yeah, their pies top notch.
Killing me with all this talk, man. Like I've been pretty steady, like fasting. I only eat between 11 and 7.
Okay.
Or no caloric like foods. So like I should be drinking beer right now, or in the mornings with coffee. You can't have creamer, but you can have coffee. So this stuff is making me salivate. Like I'm thinking about lemon bars. I'm thinking about all these great foods tomorrow.
I love me lemon bars too.
Oh yeah.
Homemade lemon bars.
I think it's more Christmas food, or like Buckeyes. Do you ever have Buckeyes?
Yeah.
It's like peanut butter balls dipped in chocolate.
Oh, those are
What do you call them?
what do they call it? Now I don't remember. That's something we call them something different. I don't remember now, but I think we call them something different. I used to be on a diet, but that was a few years ago.
I'm telling you, dude,
maybe it'll come back.
The fasting thing is very helpful. It helps just limit the amount of calories you take in. Yeah, so me and Star Marvel is doing the Biggest Loser challenge, and I'm giving away.
11 in the afternoon
11,
is when you start eating.
11 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, 11 in the morning.
Yeah, 11 in the morning. I don't take anything would have calories. So, I drank water, black coffee up to that point.
What if you woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning?
I do wake up. I wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
So you go like 4 hours without eating?
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
And then after 7, I don't eat anymore. There's a couple different ways to fast. That's the way I fast. You go without eating for 24 to 48 hours during the week. I'd rather do it this way.
Yeah.
But basically all it does is it limits your calories, and then it causes your body to go in a certain, state. Because as hunter-gatherers, we did not constantly eat. We did not eat 3 meals a day. And that's the way our bodies evolved. I don't know if you believe in evolution, but that's just not the way humans eat. The way we eat now is very commercial, right? It's driven. The food pyramid is made up by the government to force us to buy certain foods. And especially the foods that we grow in-house, like grains and corns. But this conversation has gotten really weird. But
High School Creations is a science guy, huh?
No.
Your evolution, huh?
But there's some great properties that come with fasting. I would encourage it. Like, it's super easy. Probably the easiest diet you can do. I've lost like 21 pounds since I started doing it about 7 weeks ago. And I think the hardest part is just, eating between those times. And once you get over that, everything else you can do. Like, you can have teas, you can have water, you can have coffee. You just can't have those things in your coffee that would add calories, which would be butter or creams or anything like that.
So no sugar in your tea?
No sugar in your tea. I was talking about like green tea.
Oh, I like black tea, but I need to have sugar with it, or we can't have it at all.
No, I thought like iced tea was a Southern thing. Do you mean like Lipton tea with ice in it, or with
no,
sugar?
black tea, Lipton tea?
Yeah.
But I only drink it hot. Iced tea is a weird thing for me. I can't drink iced tea. It has to be hot.
See, I love a good sweet tea.
I can't do iced tea. I just can't do it. It just tastes weird to me. I don't know why. It just tastes weird to me.
Yeah, I get that. I think it's like boiled peanuts, right? Do you have boiled peanuts out that way?
Nope. I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, peanut, you boil it in salty water or whatever flavor you want for a very long time. You pop them out of the shell. It's almost like a bean. It is so good. They sell them on the side of the road everywhere. The guy that we have in the area is Mr. Peanut. He's been selling them for like 60 years on the side of the road.
Mr. Peanut's over here, and he never talks about no boiled.
That's the wrong. I'm sorry, the Peanut Man, not Mr. Peanut. The Peanut Man.
See, we got Mr.
I think he recently passed away. But boiled peanuts is a Southern staple, and
So is it like a Boston baked bean?
I don't know what that is, but it's basically the peanuts boiled in their shell, and then they're really soft on the inside.
Interesting. I've never heard about that.
It's really good because they're nice and juicy. You suck the salt water out of them, then you crack them open. You eat the nice little peanut that's now super soft.
So you suck the juice out of the nut,
Mhm.
and then you chew the nut.
And then you chew.
It just sounds weird to me. I don't think that's something I'd be into.
It's very good. It's very good. I would say if you ever come over for a con in Charleston, I will show you around to a lot of the good eats. You know,
you show me the baked nuts,
yeah,
the boiled nuts.
boiled peanuts. What's the favorite part of fried chicken for you? Do you eat fried chicken?
Yeah,
The skin's probably the best part, right?
I suppose, but like most people, I like the breasts.
Oh, so the actual meat. Well, so over here, there's appetizers that's just the chicken skins. They're called fried chicken skins, and they just come out
we
and
don't
they're
have
little
that.
appetizer. That's so good, dude. Country food
That's
is
not
done.
over here. No.
Yeah.
Actually, I picked the skin off.
What?
Yeah.
The skin is the best part
I
of
actually
fried
don't
chicken.
eat the skin. I kind of pick it off sometimes.
That's the
And go
best part.
straight to the breast.
Yeah. I'm not even a white. I like white meat, but I like thighs. I like legs. It's just a lot juicier. The box. What? The box, no bucks, please. Okay. I don't know what a Boston baked bean is. What is that?
They're like, they sell them in the candy section. I don't even know if it's a real baked bean. I don't know if it's a baked bean or not. Yeah, I don't know.
What about cornbread? You guys have cornbread or grits out that way?
We do have cornbread. Back to Murray Calendars, they actually serve you cornbread as an appetizer. Well, not as an appetizer. I'm sorry. Yeah, I guess an appetizer, but as soon as you sit down, boom,
cornbread.
Cornbread.
Is it sweet cornbread?
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Not super sweet, but yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, now I was gonna go back to your fasting. I do know my Hollywood friends. My Hollywood friends like to fast. Terry Crews, good old Terry Crews from White Chicks. He likes to fast.
Does he?
He does fast. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of evidence of fasting, and some of the states that it puts your body in that's very healthy. I think one of my friends suggested like cold showers, 20 days of cold showers. I can't do that. I'm a hot shower guy, but apparently it increases your metabolism.
Yeah, but like we're not savages here, all right? Turn on the hot water.
Right.
The lemon head
candy shell.
Yes. Yep. It should. Yep. Mm-hmm.
No, these are hard. They're not sweet. They're salty, or some are like spicy. Actually, I'm surprised you can't. You can buy them in the can, boiled peanuts, but they probably just don't sell them out your way. You said very. Oh, never mind.
Now, could you have chosen a different time, or does it have to be 11 to 7? Like,
yeah,
could you
the idea is
5 or something?
Yes, it could be any time frame you want. The idea is just you're only eating in 8 hours, right?
Oh, okay.
I think 11 to 7 kind of works for my kind of schedule, but you could do 8 to 5 if you wanted to, but I feel like I need to eat after 5.
Yeah.
7 was good. So 11 to 7 kind of fit. It is a struggle to get to that 11 mark, but when you get there, man, it's like Star Marvel mentioned, especially if you're doing like some sort of keto type diet where, those fats are really going to help you get through the day. And, basically you're just avoiding all sugars, all carbs if you're doing keto, and then you're just focusing, if you add the fasting into it, focusing on eating within that window. And dude, you will shed the weight pretty quickly.
So could I have a 0-calorie monster in the morning?
No, because artificial sugars apparently trigger the same responses as an insulin boost, which is what you're trying to get away from. I don't know. That's just what I read. I don't know that. Like, I'm not like back there with like, science doing things and whatever. But apparently, no, you can't wake up in the morning with a diet soda. It's got to be. It sounds like
it's kind of it's getting there. It's getting there.
This is what happens when you drink after 7.
See, in what other shows do you see an intimate look at the diet of High School Creations?
Right. No.
No other show. Remember that, folks. This is the only show.
And obviously, disclaimer here, guys. I'm not the healthiest guy. I don't even know if this, really is a long-term healthy thing. But this isn't the first time I've done intermittent fasting. Not the first time I've attempted keto. But together they work pretty well.
You're doing keto too?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm on a break, I guess. So I was drinking beer. You should not drink beer on keto. I've kind of lost since the Enablers weekend. I've kind of lost focus.
Yeah. Going to McDonald's.
That, I was just, yeah. I mean, you can only metabolize so much fat in a week, and I was up to about 2.5 pounds a week, which is pretty good. But yeah, it was a good glide path. I just got to get back into it. Yeah, there's Star Marvel. He lost 60 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, I've known several people who you got to be careful with keto. You can go too far in ketosis, so you want to make sure you monitor that. It's really a healthy eating habit for like people with diabetes, whatever it's called. But simply, there's no sugar, there's no carbs. It's a low carb type diet, and you do want to make sure you're not just eating meats, though. You want to make sure you have real vegetables and stuff like that. But there are a lot of supporting keto.
He's on a keto diet.
Hey, I'm sure you eat enough of anything, it's gonna help you out. But I had way too much Mickey's 40.
Star Marvel, how long did that take? That's to shred that 60 pounds. Like a couple months, 6 months.
I think that was like the first half of the year for him.
He's gonna be like, I did it in 3 months.
I mean, there are a lot of limits. Like I was saying, your body can only metabolize, your liver can only metabolize so much fat in so many days, right? So it's not like unless you're dropping water weight or you're cleaning out your bowels from eating too heavy for too long, like you can only drop so much weight, every week.
Yep.
But you do that, and then you incorporate some sort of exercise a year for 40. See, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's you're making physical changes at that point. I'm sure he's got 2 guns now. He's got those side pistols. No, but it does make you feel better when your clothes fit. Like I've been sitting at home for a very long time, working remote, and I was only in like swimming trunks and gym shorts. And one day I went to put on some slacks. I'm like, this was the problem. And it just happened to be I'd done one Biggest Loser challenge with the Enablers, and then did another one, and now I'm back into fitting clothes I've not been into in a while, and it makes you feel good.
I like this time frame, 20 in 2 months.
Yeah, so alcohol is a really big problem for you. Once you start drinking alcohol again, it really slows the progress of drinking or losing weight. And like I said, the past couple of weeks, like I was really good, and then I just got off track.
You get a few cheat months, for the holidays. You know?
I mean, I dropped from 184 to 165.
Oh, nice.
And then I'm still at 165. Probably going to go up 5 or 6 pounds the next month, and then come January, I'll jump back onto it. And then Beachbody, guys, ladies, gentlemen, whoever wants to see this, it's going to be out there.
He's hinting at it already. But that little, he's hinting at it.
Yeah. The beard's going to come off. I'm going to go back to my spiky hair. It's going to be a new mic come next summer.
Nice. Eating too much
rib tips.
Tips and 40s. That'll do. Those 40s will get you. They'll get you. Oh man. So you don't work tomorrow, huh?
Yeah. Luckily in the line of work that I'm in, I'm off most federal holidays.
Oh, nice.
And then have a generous amount of PTO. So.
Oh, sweet. I was fortunate enough to get tomorrow off. My schedule's a little rotating, and this week, I got Thursday and Friday off, so I will take it.
You do any shopping Friday?
No. we used to go all the time. And then of course once we had kids, we kind of like stopped.
Yeah.
We'd go out maybe a little bit. But now the sales aren't even that great anymore. You know what I mean? And then now, well, since last year they started doing like Black Friday, kind of like Black Friday week, where they'll just have the sales throughout the whole week or the following week. So really, there was no need to go on Friday unless they had like that one thing that they probably only got 5 in stock.
Everybody's fighting over.
Yeah. Hey, we have PlayStation 5. Oh, but we only have 2. Yeah.
Yeah, at select stores. Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was just like looking through the ads. Definitely the past couple of years has been different. Not as tempting to buy because, we can get this stuff just as cheap from Amazon or something. I think the e-commerce industry has really slowed down. Those after Thanksgiving sales. I feel like, but
Yeah, and then they're already saying that the sales aren't going to be that good because they need to. The companies need to recoup so much money that they've lost throughout the year.
that's hard to believe because we're buying so much more stuff they can't even keep it in freaking stock. Like there's boats sitting out. I remember flying over, landing at JFK.
That's one of the reasons too. Is they don't have anything, so they're gonna pass the savings or the unsavings to you.
Yeah, we bought so much stuff like they can't keep it in stock.
Yeah. But supposedly they still aren't making any money, so. They aren't gonna go so deep on their discounts this year. I don't know.
Yeah, well, whatever.
What are you gonna do? Whatever. I'm sure Amazon will do something as they usually do.
Yeah, and they'll ship it to us quicker than anybody else can too.
Mm-hmm. Only for the Lynx figures.
What's the Lynx figure?
The Lynx. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know. Where's that from? Lynx. It's not Thundercats.
Oh wait, is that the Lynx that from like Decon Lynx? There was like a Lynx figure at Decon.
Not the one Mario got?
No.
Robo Kitty or something.
Stress and whiskey works for me. Oh, Fortnite. Oh yeah, Fortnite. Yeah, those Fortnite figures are pretty cool.
We saw all of them at Mighty Pens.
Yeah, you were with me when I bought this, weren't you?
Yeah, that's a dope figure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The articulation's cool. Really, like Hasbro taking this over was definitely a great idea.
Yeah, it's the one that's just kind of like a cat costume.
Oh right, that was one of the ones I was going to pick up, and I didn't. But yeah, the articulation and the look on these are really solid. I like them.
I have a bunch of I have some of the McFarlane and the Jazzwares figures, the Fortnite figs.
How do you feel?
They're just fun figures.
Yeah.
I like Fortnite has a lot of unique looks and designs for their figures. I think they transition well to figures.
Yeah, for sure. Did you get a Sentinel? No?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
I don't know if you were thinking about it or you just like making fun of it.
I didn't want to answer. I didn't want to answer.
I got another one if you want it.
Oh, no, I want it, but I just don't have the money for it.
It is super cool. My son calls it my robot.
It is. It basically is. It's almost the size of a freaking regular robot.
Yeah, I keep the what is he called? What's the head guy's name?
Actually, that should be coming out soon because I've seen people already have it in hand.
Mike is enabling the DMC. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I kind of already wanted them figures, and I really did want the Sentinel. Maybe, So, we'll see. I don't know. Once I start getting big commissions like Mike, maybe then I can afford to buy a Sentinel.
Big commission. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because Mario
Yeah,
was
Sentinels happened last year. Actually, I was buying the Sentinel as I was packing up that X mansion.
Oh, what a coinky dink!
Yeah, I thought it would be really cool. Actually, I had some pictures because remember how they had the what do you call it? The overlay with the Sentinel, the augmented reality with the Sentinel. You could like put them anywhere
Mm-hmm.
in your picture. I had them on like the X Mansion. It looked really cool, and I was like, man, it's unfortunate that I'll never see these two things together.
I'm building a diode that inadvertently is gonna look well with the Sentinel.
Nice.
Like I wasn't building it, or we weren't building it with that in mind, I don't think. And then, after putting it all together, I'm like, wait a second. I'm like, this is gonna look freaking awesome with that Sentinel.
You said you're building with somebody?
Well, his idea. I say we because it's me and then the person's the idea that wanted it commissioned. So I'll give him a we. So I'll say we.
We.
No, the Sentinels is dope. Like, but I had to, yeah, my wife and I weren't seeing eye to eye on it.
No, I mean,
We weren't seeing eye on it.
Hindsight, though, looking at it now, you could have got a couple and probably paid for one at the rate they're going. But
no, I figure you could. I figure you could, but I was like, that's why. But I was like, oh, one is good, I guess. But I knew that's the way it was going to go. Just seeing the cost of the sail barge and how big that was going for. I was like, oh, Sentinel's going to go in that direction. Maybe not as high, but it's going to go in that direction.
What is the lead Sentinel guy's name? Why am I blinking his name?
Master Mold?
Master Mold. Jeez, that is the best head sculpt because you can actually get articulation with the head. More articulation, like tilt, nod, and all that. And it actually looks proportionate. Like I feel like this head looks too small on the Sentinel body. But yeah, I like that figure a lot.
I did get Galactus though.
Oh, did you?
I did get Galactus though.
See, I didn't get the Galactus. I did not have a Sentinel in hand to be able to justify having two unknown figures. If I would have had these Sentinels, I probably would have went on Galactus. But
I was like, I missed out on the freaking Sentinel. I was like, I'm not gonna miss out on Galactus. Plus, it's Galactus. If there's gonna be one huge figure in my collection, I'm like, it's got to be Galactus.
Yeah, so you're a big Fantastic Four guy. I was a big X-Men guy. That's why I really wanted the Sentinel.
No, I like the X-Men more than Fantastic Four, but in the grand scheme of like the Marvel universe,
yeah,
I gotta have Galactus.
Makes sense.
The Sentinels is just like I would say it's just like the X-Men corner of the universe, Yeah. But Galactus is more of a whole type of universe kind of guy, So I'm like, yeah, he's more like
he definitely spans multiple stories. He's a big dude, and I don't know. I like the unlocks. A lot of people are giving some hell about the unlocks, but that original Surfer I don't have. All I have is the Dark Surfer.
Like I don't have the Dark Surfer. I have I got the original Surfer, which I was kind of bummed. I knew they were going to do a Surfer. I'm like, because you can't have Galactus without a Surfer. Right. But I was thinking, okay, he's going to be chrome. He's going to be at least super shiny. Because I'm
I don't know if it's a repaint. It's just a re-release, really.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I think that's what it is. I think maybe there's like a different shine on him. I'm not sure. But I was like, oh well, if they're going to make him, I'm sure he's got to be super shiny. You know what I mean?
Well, sell me one of yours then. I want the original. I made one. I took the Iceman from 2 ways back.
You want the Hasbro one? I have a Hasbro one too. I have the Hasbro Silver Surfer.
What do you mean?
Oh, I'm sorry. The Toy Biz. Toy Biz Surfers.
No, I don't want Toy Biz. There's some things I like about Toy Biz, like their Build-A-Figures, like the Mojo. I'll probably go back and get Apocalypse, go back and get Galactus. I really want those. They did so well on those, but the regular release figures, I don't know if I have a spot for those in my heart, really.
Yeah, they're not holding up as well, but I still have them all, like, because I got them from the beginning, so they'll stay in the collection because I got them from the beginning, you know.
Yeah, I have some. I have Beast. I have Bishop from that age, but a lot of the other ones didn't hold up for me, and I'm not going to go back and recollect them.
Yeah.
But like I said, the Build-A-Figure ones, they put a lot of love into them, and we know some of the sculptors, right? So it's cool to have those in the set. And I really want one of the original MODOKs. I got to find him at decent price. But I think those are like, I don't know, those are pieces. Those are almost like art pieces to me. I want to keep those.
And my MODOK doesn't go for that much, I don't think.
No, I don't think so. I found them a few times for $60-$80, but then I want to deal when I go to buy things. I try to talk people down, and if they don't go, then I don't buy.
See? Oh, then you must have been wheeling and dealing at Frankenstein's.
No. Some stuff I'll just buy right out. But what did I buy at Frankenstein's? I bought a pitcher. I don't think I bought any action figures. I bought Hot Wheels, and I bought that T-Rex vertebrae.
Oh, man, no figures for you.
No, everything was too, like, I was looking for specific things. Mm-hmm. Like, there was a Super Saiyan 3 Goku dude wanted, like, $200 for. I was like, they just released this. And then one figure set that I don't have from, like, the NECA animated set is the Casey Jones 2-pack. Mm-hmm. And they had one, but it was signed. And so they wanted an astronomical amount of money that I wasn't going to pay for it. I'm going to open it. So
you're like, I don't want the box.
Yeah.
I don't want the signature. I don't care.
But yeah, nothing for me, really. The other enablers, though, they spent some money.
I know. Sheesh.
I spent money at Mighty Pins, and I spent money at Super 7 booth at Decon. I think I bought like 4 figures.
Oof.
Super 7 at Decon.
You got those figures from Super 7, and everybody knows they got expensive figures. And then you got those Mythic Legions, so whew.
Yeah, this guy was like $80. But I think that's a decent price for this guy. This guy right here. Sorry, I dropped his hammer. Oh, half the hammer's missing. This guy was like $170. Which is ridiculous, but I think that's pretty close to what retail is from what I understand. Maybe not. But again, these pieces are going to stand out in my collection versus any other piece. And I don't know how deep I'll go into this line, but I definitely really like these pieces. And, it'll always remind me of the Enablers weekend. So
that's true.
Oh, here's a figure I've not opened up yet. This is the Red Death Doc Nocturnal.
Oh, okay.
Little preview for next week.
Was that like an exclusive or not?
I think all the Rumble Society is kind of an exclusive thing, right?
I think so. I don't know.
Oh, you have a few Mezco, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I guess Rumble Society, is kind of like exclusive in a way.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, I've never seen them anywhere else except for like third-party retail.
The one I did 2 pre-orders. I did the Crow.
Ooh, that's going to be a good one.
Like, he looks okay. I think he could have been like the face sculpt could have been a little bit better, but I was like, dude, this is probably the best Crow figure we're gonna get in like a long time. Because no one's gonna make the Crow.
No,
I feel.
It depends. Anniversary, maybe. I don't know.
Because McFarlane's already made them. NECA's already made them. I don't think they're gonna go back.
Select. I think Select just made them too.
Yeah, Select made one. It looked okay, but I think this is probably the best one you're gonna get in a long time. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pre-order the Crow.
And you know someone to do a custom head sculpt. So if it's the head that really makes you upset, you can.
Yeah, I'm sure someone will make one that looks closer to like Brandon Lee,
Yeah.
And then I did the one that just it just came out last week or something, the Advent calendar.
I didn't do that. What is that?
It's the you get who is it? You get a blue skull guy.
Okay. Oh, in the reindeer outfit?
In the reindeer outfit, because I'm a sucker for Christmas stuff, like Christmas figures. Like I'm a sucker for that. Yeah. And I didn't want to, and then I kept looking at the reindeer suit, and I was like, cool. I'm like, you put Deadpool in that suit. Like, how cool is Deadpool gonna look in that suit? Now I just gave everybody a freaking idea, and they're gonna take a bunch of pictures with Deadpool in that suit.
They are.
But I was just like, that looked like a fun figure, accessories look kind of cool too, but it was just the reindeer thing got me. I was like, I'm a sucker for.
Their own stuff. They put a lot of love to it. Not that they don't do the other stuff, but man, like I've been super impressed this year with just out of the box characters. Like I got the P40 or whatever his name is with the big head. I thought that was very unique. Unfortunately, like I buy these figures to take photos, and I never take photos. But I've just slowed down on the pre-order purchases, except for Mafex, because they have been killing it with their figures, the Marvel figures, the DC figures.
Well, then it becomes impossible to find it later.
That's true too. Well, Mezco's the same way. I don't know. I've kind of put out there that until they release, like actually put up for sale the MMPR, I'm not buying any more Mezcos because I really want those figures. But I'm also, I'm still waiting on 89 Bats from Mezco, Ghost Rider. There's the new Wolverine that came with like 11 heads. I got a lot of pre-orders out there for Mezco.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, there's been so much stuff put out here lately. I've kind of got like I'm overrun with like pre-orders and stuff.
Did you do did you get the Psylocke?
No, unfortunately, I did not get Psylocke. She actually looks really good.
I think people are starting to get her right there. She's starting to.
Yeah, I did get Ben Reilly. He's over. Ben Reilly Spider-Man. I'm not opening him up. I'll save that for next week. But he looks really cool from everything I've seen. Obviously, we know that Buck, so it's a solid Buck. But
yeah, it looks like a cool figure. Just I'm not a Ben Reilly fan. We have a history.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
It's a dope figure. You're not gonna be able to get it later.
That's right. I'm like, and it comes to Ben Reilly, like I can't do it. I can't. Oh god.
So you don't like Scarlet Spider-Man?
Nope. Well, now that I look back, there's some kind of nostalgia for him, in a little bit, but for the most part, I fucking hate him because I was reading Spider-Man at the time when all this happened. You don't know the level where I was at. Like I was so angry. I was so angry. I dropped all the Spider-Man books. I was heavy into reading, and I dropped Spider-Man after that. I couldn't do it. Like I was so mad. And I didn't collect Spider-Man until they said Peter Parker was the real Spider-Man. So that was like a year.
Yeah, that was kind of heavy, I guess.
I couldn't do it. We have a history.
Have you watched the new trailer for the new Spider-Man movie? I know you have.
Yeah.
You're not Peter Parker. What?
And I was like, he's not wrong. Like I'm hoping. I already told my wife so she can get ready, because when we go to the movies, and if the rumor is true, everybody keeps saying that Tobey and Andrew Garfield's they're gonna come out. If Tobey Maguire comes out as Spider-Man, I will stand up in the middle of the theater, start clapping.
Is he your favorite Spider-Man?
Yeah, and tell everybody that is the real Spider-Man.
I mean, those movies, they were ahead of their time, right? Nobody else was doing. That was like true first superhero movie that I can recall that did really well.
Like a lot of it, Spider-Man was supposed to come out years before that, but because there's a whole lot of like legal issues with the rights, like what movie studio was going to get this and that, that the Spider-Man movie couldn't happen. It took so long, and then in a way, it helped the Spider-Man movie because technology had gotten so much better that they could make all those CGI Spider-Mans, jumping around.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Tom Holland's a good spot. I think they each have their place, right? Each one's a little different, but I think they're setting us up. I mean, with the cameo that we saw from the clip, like it seems like that's what's going to happen here, right? We're going to get all these guys back.
Let it be known, I hate Tom Holland as Spider-Man.
You've seen Venom, right? Have you seen the new Venom movie? Yeah. You saw the end credits, so all that's being pulled together. Like that's that
was exciting. I remember the whole movie theater started cheering.
Yeah, well, how can you have Venom without Spider-Man?
Yep. But see, like, I don't know. To me, it's gonna look weird because in the comics they were kind of closer to age, and you're gonna have Venom and Tom Holland Spider-Man. He's gonna look like his dad. Like,
I mean, is it gonna be Tom Holland? I mean, it could be in one of the other universes. If he's up next to Tobey Maguire, they're gonna look about the same age.
If it was Tobey versus that Venom, then that to me that would make more sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I don't know. They had Vulture. Well, Vulture's always been an old man compared to Peter, but I don't know. It just wouldn't. For me, it wouldn't work. But you never know.
Yeah, I think they've already kind of screwed it up with the symbiote storylines.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I don't mean to spoil it for anybody, but there were some quick kill-offs in the last Venom movie that I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, like for the two Venom movies, for me they're fun. They're just fun movies. I try not to look into it too much because I already know that they're not going to get it right. But
but they could have. There's so much support for the 90s. It's very 90s. Like they would have done it right, good storyline, done that shit right. That could go on for I don't know how many movies and be epic.
Yeah. Like people, they're underestimating like the popularity of Venom. Like if you get him to be Venom, like from the comics, there will be a tremendous amount of people that will want to see
Protector shit. Yeah. I mean, they try to tease it. I mean, maybe they do. They rebooted Spider-Man now many times. In some instances, I think there may be more love for Venom than Spider-Man. Maybe not. I don't know. But it just depends on what era.
Tom Holland Spider-Man, that's for sure.
Well. Oh, man. Anyway, I'm probably going to get a bunch of rants about me saying Venom's better than Spider-Man, but I will say when Venom came out, people were like, "How can this guy? How can Spider-Man take out Venom or Carnage together?" Right? I mean, just the ultimate villain.
At least this Venom was a lot better than Spider-Man 3 Venom.
That wasn't your favorite. I even forget that Venom's in that, even though Venom's my favorite character because how bad that was.
Yeah, the portrayal of Venom was like, that was pretty bad. Like I think he only showed his like tongue like once. It's just like the CG for his face wasn't right. It just wasn't right.
It was rushed. That movie was so long. They introduced so many characters, and I just don't think they. And maybe they were considering spinoffs. They just didn't put a whole lot of stock into it, and I just don't think they read, the popularity right.
That's when the studios put their hands in it. That's as soon as they put their hands in it, that's what messes everything up.
Yeah. Good job, studios. All right, dude. It's getting late. I gotta get up early in the morning.
That's right. I forget. You're on East Coast time. It's pretty. What is it? Like 12 midnight? Is it midnight?
Yeah, midnight.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us this evening.
Well, thank you for allowing me to come on. I know I've been kind of like blacklisted for a while on the show.
I know, but you've made it to the big time now. And now that you're in the big time, where can we find you if we want to follow you? where can we find you?
Right here.
On the DMC channel.
So I think I am most active on Instagram, where I post a lot of behind the scenes stuff on dioramas or anything I'm working on, some teasers, sometimes on some family stuff. You can find me on YouTube under the High School Creations channel, where I do a show every Saturday at 9 with folks from Instagram, mostly artists, called Diorama Talk. And then I'm also on Patreon. I'm also on the TikToks, TikTok. Anywhere, if you want to just Google High School Creations, click on all those things and make sure you're following that guy. That'd be the best way to make sure you're in touch with all the things that I'm doing. Yeah.
All right. And of course, I am the People's Champion, and you already know where to find me. But before we go, we must say why High School Creations is an amazing friend. Now, after finally meeting him face to face, I can say that Mike is one of the most down-to-earth people I have ever met. This guy is such a nice guy, such a gracious host, an all-around cool dude. And of course, you can see how generous he is and how giving he is with his new show, or old show, if you will. He's in his second season. That he's trying to introduce more people to you, the people, more diorama creators, trying to help them out, having them, just be out there. There's a lot of people that I don't know that Mike's had on his show, so that's really cool to get to see other people and see their work. And without his show, I don't think I would probably know any of these people. So he's a great helper of the community.
That's awesome. That's what the show's about, right? Introductions, right? So
yes. So Mike now is officially an amazing friend.
I made it.
He's mad. But again, thank you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I know tomorrow's Thanksgiving. You probably have stuff to do with your family. So I really appreciate you being on, and sorry for putting you off.
Yeah.
But, it wasn't intentional. So with that, happy Thanksgiving, people. And we will see you next time. I may go next week. I may not. But in 2 weeks, for sure, we will have an ABCA Veterano. We're going to have Boog Nice.
Nice.
All right. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. Happy Thanksgiving. And we're out.